Whoopsies. Hello, everybody coming in. Keep muting my mic somehow. So today we're going to be talking more about the Rick Chow case. We are currently on day 3. This is the case in which a 14-year-old young man was shot in the back by a convenience store clerk, who then claimed self-defense when he was charged with murder. So you can see how this is going. We already know the outcome of this case. However, we are I am currently trying to share this out to everybody and just make sure I do all the stuff to get it going. Anyway, okay, so we're watching the Rick Chow case. Defense says kid had a gun pointed at Andy Chow, the person who's on the stands right now. They said he had oh my God. I keep getting content restrictions, which is crazy. I guess it's because it's court TV, but either way. Anyway, defense says that the young man had pointed a gun at Andy Chow, Rick Chow's son, and that Rick Chow shot him. Prosecution says that's not the case. They chased this young man down, and they did, and he's already admitted to it, and we've already seen videos of it, over fucking bottled water. And here's the thing, I don't care what fucking side you're on. Shooting somebody who's fleeing probably shouldn't be a thing, right? I'm not crazy here. Just shooting somebody who is running away from you, not a game plan. Okay, so we're going to start watching this. I have kind of a migraine right now, so we will get back into it, and as more people come in, we will figure out what we're going to do.
I cannot see into his pocket.
What do you see in his pocket?
All right. Sorry.
Come here. There's clearly something black in his pocket. In the picture, states number 5. I'm going to just point it to you. Do you not see something black in his pocket?
To me, I just thought that was just the shadow of the pocket.
Does it look like a water bottle to you?
Does not.
Okay. All right. With all the surveillance systems they had at 7441 Parkland Road, and with all the technology and the facial recognition, okay? Could we have hung this 14-year-old boy's picture up on the wall of shame?
Hello, you're welcome on whenever you're ready.
Well, you could have put his picture?
Yeah, on the wall of shame with all those other people, right? Could we have done that?
You could have?
What would have stopped you from doing it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Is there anything that would have stopped us from going back and printing all these pictures up of the boy with the white Air Force Ones, the black Nike joggers, the red Child's Play hoodie? He never covered his face, did he?
He did not.
He never put the hoodie on, did he?
He did not.
We got hundreds of still shots we could provide law enforcement. Could we not?
Could you? You could.
You could. Is there anything that stopped you guys from doing that?
No, sir.
Okay. And how long does it take to call 911? How many seconds does it take, you think, for you to hit 3 buttons on your cell phone?
A second.
1 second?
We're rewatching.
Is there anything that stopped you on that day from using 1 second of your time to dial 911?
No.
Nothing stopped me.
No. And you know how to use 911 because you used it before, correct?
Yes, sir.
You used it on that day, correct?
Yes, sir.
Nothing stopped you from using it?
No, sir.
And you certainly have a cell phone that's capable of connecting to 911, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But we didn't do any of that on this particular day, did we?
Not until after.
Yeah, it's a little late after that, right? Andy.
So for clarity, for anybody who's confused by this, and we'll get back into this in just a second, there's 12 people on a jury, generally, right? When you're talking about a felony conviction like murder. There's a few weird states that do 6-person juries, but that'll be at the Supreme Court next session. But either way, most juries are about 12 people. So when you say the 13th juror, it's just a funny way to say, like, you're watching the case, you're interacting on the case.
Think about it. I'm asking you, could we not, if we suspect this 14-year-old, how many waters did you think he took?
I'm not sure.
How many do you think he took?
Maybe just one.
One. How much in the year 2023 does a bottle of water cost at 7441 Park Lane Road in Richland County at the Shell gas station operated by the Chow family? How much does one bottle of water
good.
cost?
I'm not sure.
You don't remember how much they cost? You work the cash register, right?
I did.
Like 98 cents sound about right?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
just round it up to a dollar. Dollar sound right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bradwell. Hey, Attorney Di. You're welcome up whenever. You and Law both.
Think you took $1 worth of merchandise from your store?
I did think that, yes, sir.
You certainly.
I believe he had taken it, yes, sir.
You strongly believed enough where you left your counter, you left the cash register and ran out,
Hello.
correct?
Yes, sir.
You yelled out.
Hello.
You soft-spoken today, right?
This is Sun,
yes, sir.
right?
You weren't soft-spoken on that particular day.
I'm
Well,
sorry. Give me one second.
I just called out to him.
You used your voice, right?
What, Attorney Di? My bad.
I was just trying to make sure this is Sun, right?
Yeah, this is the sun. I started it just a couple minutes like previous to where we left off last night, just to get it kind of like back on the track we were on. The prosecution's questioning him and repeating the address 453 times. So, we're having fun with
Okay.
that.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
No worries.
You
Yes,
weren't-
I'm,
It's not difficult to hear your voice in these videos, is it?
no, sir.
And your dad, he ran with you, correct?
He was behind me.
He ran with you, correct?
I didn't know what he was doing behind me.
He ran with you, correct?
You I asked and answered.
He ran with you, correct?
Watching the video, I saw him running behind me.
He
Yes, sir.
ran with you, correct?
You ran. You asked and answered. He doesn't like to answer.
That's bad
That was
dream.
four times.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He ran with you, correct?
Yes, sir. Watching the video, I saw him running behind me.
Okay. And you're taught to obey your father, correct?
The fuck?
Yeah, that's kind of a weird question. Let me see where he goes with it, because I'm like, maybe there's a method to this madness. Though what I've seen of this prosecution team, there's no method at all. But I'm holding out hope, right? Like I'm holding out some hope here.
We could do it.
Yay!
Yes, sir.
You understand my question?
As in just like,
Were you taught to obey your father?
yes, sir.
You were not taught to disobey your father, were you?
No, sir.
Okay. So when he yelled to you, Andy, stop! Do not do this. You listened to him, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Whenever you're
Yes, sir.
ready, just
So when
let
he
us
yelled
know.
that day, you stopped, didn't you?
When?
May 28, 2023. That's what we're talking about here today.
Yes,
You
sir.
remember May 28th of 2023?
Yes, sir.
You remember when y'all ran out the door after that 14-year-old boy?
I walked out the door.
Okay, we'll watch a video here in a second.
Okay.
But you remember when you exited the store with your father after the 14-year-old boy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you remember right then when your dad said, stop. Stop, Andy, let's stop right here. You remember when he said that?
No, sir.
Because he didn't, right?
He did not.
He didn't say that.
No, sir.
And if he had, you
better
would obey
move
him because
on.
you obey your father, right?
I would have stopped.
But you guys can.
What's up, Attorney Di?
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have said, here, like the attorney needs to like land the plane.
I feel like this guy would be a good prosecutor if he could land planes. Like he's been
yeah.
okay with questioning. It's just that like he just keeps going, and I'm like, we gotta keep it to like 5 or 6 questions so juries can focus on a point. Like whatever point you're trying to make here, just make it in fewer words.
I agree. Well said.
So it's just like, that's a lot of words, you know?
Continued running along up Spring Street, correct?
Well, so I saw him.
Wait. Okay, but if you need to explain the question, I'm just asking you continue to run up Spring Street. Towards.
After he started running, yes, I ran after.
When did he start running?
So I had gone to the corner of the store, and I hear my dad come up behind me and call out, "Hey!"
Right.
And then I see him, the young man. He turned, and then turned back around immediately and started sprinting down.
Okay.
And so that's when I started to run.
Okay, so that was after y'all went around the corner.
I kind of slowed down at the corner. Just
Let's see. Stephanie, can I have state 16, the clip, or clip 16 and stage number 4? This is the young man that you were talking about, correct? The red shirt?
yes, sir.
Okay. That's you watching him, correct?
Yes, sir.
There's your father already making his way towards the front door, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your mother left too, correct?
In the video, yes, sir.
Okay. Who's manning the cash register right there?
No one.
All right. Who's this gentleman?
Customer.
Okay.
I love that he's asking this question because when we saw this video earlier in the trial, that was my first question. I was like, you're really worried about theft, but all three of you ran out the store while customers were in there? Make that make sense. You're chasing after a kid for water bottles, but you left people in that store with nobody attending. I was curious about that, so I like that he's going down that road.
Is it common for the whole Chow family to leave the gas station with customers inside the store?
Well, I wasn't completely sure what my parents were doing, but I exited the store.
Everyone left over $1 of water, correct?
I left because I thought he stole something.
Okay. And your dad, as you saw, was right on your heels, right? Rewind.
In the video?
Is your monitor working right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, press play, Stephanie.
Hey, Lady Google.
Okay. You guys are right together, are you not?
Yes, sir. I see
sorry?
that. I see that, yes, sir.
Yes. Is that yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie, can I have clip 20 from slide 4? And tell me, before we watch this, tell me what you said you just walked out of the gas station? Is that what you said earlier?
Yes, sir. I walked out,
You just walked
and then
out?
I walked to the corner.
All right. How would you describe what Cyrus Carmack Belton did when he walked out? Was he walking or was he running when he left the gas station?
Out the door. He was walking.
Rather
also.
casually, was he not?
You could say that.
Okay, was he looking over his shoulder or anything like that? Or
No, sir.
he just kind of casually left the store?
Yes, sir.
And you two just bust out after him, correct?
I was just walking out.
You were walking out?
Yes, sir.
Okay, press play, Stephanie, please.
Motherfucker bolted out that door. I walked out my ass.
That's walking to you?
Yes, sir.
That's walking?
For me, yes, sir.
You typically walk that fast? Okay, so when you get off the stand, you're going to walk that fast to your seat?
Depends on what I was doing.
Okay, what were you doing there?
I guess it would be a brisker walk, but I wasn't running out the store.
When did you start running?
After he ran,
Why? Is there anything wrong with him running?
well, I ran because I thought he had stolen something, and I wanted to see where he was going.
Okay. How far were you going to chase him, do you think?
I'm not sure.
Just
Just going to see where he was going.
a mile? What if he didn't run a mile? Would you have kept chasing him with your dad?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I was doing.
You don't know at what point you stopped chasing a 14-year-old?
I don't know when I would stop.
Let me see clip 21, state sport, please. Do you remember when his shoe fell off as he was running? Remember that?
I did not see that.
So you didn't see him running with one sock and one shoe?
No, sir. I did not notice that.
To be fair, and like my fat ass isn't chasing too many people, but at least from what I remember of, grade school and shit, if you're chasing somebody, you're not exactly looking at what's on their feet or any of that other shit. You're kind of focused on your target. I'll be fair to him there. Like, I will be. Like, I could see him not noticing that because I don't know that I would have noticed that.
I'm just not sure if this would have a negative result with the jury, which of course he's trying to discredit him and such, right?
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously, it didn't have too much of a discrediting effect because we kind of know the outcome of it. But like, his story feels weird, but I don't know why it feels weird. I know some people have been like, the son did it and the dad was covering for him. Maybe, but something feels off about it. I just don't know what feels off about it. Just icky, like kind of just a gross feeling.
That's an excellent explanation.
I know
Laura,
it's not
are you
very
there?
scientific, but hey,
Hey, it's perfect. No worries there. Laura, are you here in the shower? I'm just asking.
He's putting on his bonnet and doing his face care. We got this. He
I'm
said,
hoping because that bonnet's gonna help the hair,
I'm
man. That
telling
is
you,
it.
man. I just got a new bonnet today. I was so excited about it because
Oh my
my other one just
gosh.
kind of, and so
Yeah.
I was like, I need a new one, and it came in today. Super
Oh,
psyched. So
luxury.
love it. They're on sale. The mulberry silk bonnets for $7.99 if you buy the champagne colored one. And why do I care? Because nobody else seen it but my kids. So it's not like I'm worried about the color of my bonnet. So I was like, it was $7.99. The other ones were $30. So I was like, we're buying the $7.99 one.
Good
On
for
sale.
you.
Amazon. If you have long hair and you like long hair bonnets, that's the one to get. Okay.
Is that what you're describing, how he was walking around the corner and then y'all start yelling at him and briskly walking towards him and then he takes off running?
I just hear my dad call out, "Hey," to him.
And that's what made him start running when y'all were back behind, briskly walking towards him? That's what made him start running?
I kind of just slowed down to a stop at the corner. I wasn't walking at him.
You slowed down to, okay, so let me go back. Let's watch it again because I didn't see that. Go to clip 20 of stage 4 and let's watch Andy stop as he goes to the corner.
Where's the bonnet?
Oh, we got it. We got a law reveal. We got it.
I love it.
We're gonna send Law a bonnet. Yes, eye cream, baby.
Look at that
eye cream.
face cream. Oh my
Gotta
gosh.
put them onto the face care, man. I'm telling you.
That's right. Well done.
You look lovely,
Okay.
Law. We're very proud
Well, I
of
mean,
you.
I hope we have the bonnet. You're gonna have to send him some bonnets.
I'm telling you, I got this.
It's like I could only do one thing at a time.
He's like, I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all are ridiculous. But I'm here for it. Yes, indeed I am.
Oh, more skincare. Is that more skincare?
Is it the Dr. Malaxin?
Oh, maybe it's like the beard oil.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh man, there's a guy with a weird mustache on here that does the oil. It makes me very uncomfortable. You'll see him. He's a lawyer.
Law's beard is so nice, though. It's not going to make you uncomfortable. Like, see,
Oh yeah,
it's
I
just
mean it's like you're not putting anyone and tying them down to the railroad tracks, right? I appreciate that. Yeah,
we
I
love
do.
it. We love to see it.
That's
I love
right.
a man that takes care of his face and his hair. You know, it's perfect. It's great.
But not overly so.
Yeah, no, it's
like
perfect.
put the Crisco down, get what you need.
What is he doing now?
Is he in the bonnet?
No. He's
Dang
got that
it.
regular hair.
I suppose you could do like Dolly Parton where you just wrap your whole head in toilet paper. That's what she does.
It feels, though, like that would dry your hair out a lot. Just saying.
Well, yeah, legitimate point. All right, no bonnet. That's all right.
Law's over there looking all good. I look like I just got out of bed. Thanks, Law. Just have to give you crap. You can turn the camera back on. I'm just teasing you.
10 out of 10.
look
10 out of
lovely.
10.
10 out of 10 for sure.
Love
Zee.
that. And for humoring us. That's an extra
Yes.
11.
All right. Let's see what else he said.
It was just about the humoring.
Oh, we appreciate that.
And
Highlight
to
of my
disprove
day.
and to disprove any notion of a bonnet.
Oh,
I'm getting you a bonnet now. I'm going to send it to you anyway. Even if you never wear it, I'm going to be like, I sent Law a bonnet. Like, for real.
I think that's great. Or you could get one more masculine, like the Ebenezer style hat, you know. Then
Yeah,
that
they
might.
do have some,
Now we're
like,
talking.
See, that makes you feel better.
they do have some, like, cap-looking ones. I have one of those, but I don't ever use it because my hair's curly, but it makes my hair, like, super curly when I wear it. So I'm like, we're not doing that. That's too much. But yeah. But you look lovely, Law. Anyway, okay, so let's get back into this and we'll let Law get his face carried down.
All right, when did you stop right there? I didn't see it. I missed it.
I slowed down at the corner.
Okay, and then he started running. And every time you see somebody run, you feel compelled to run after him, right?
I did. Well, I believe he had stolen something, so I ran to go see where he was going.
Okay. Let me have clip 24 of States 4. Please, Stephanie. And now, what do you call it? Y'all are really briskly walking there, are you not? That's a really brisk walk.
Well, he's running off screen, so that's when I started running after he started.
Okay, you're running now.
Yes, sir.
That's running.
Here.
You're no longer briskly walking, you're running now, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's your dad doing in that video?
In the video, he's also running.
Okay. And is he saying, Andy, let's stop. Let's do not leave the parking lot. Let's stop right here.
I did not hear that.
Okay, he didn't say that?
No, sir.
Okay. And now the boy lost his shoe. You know your mother went and picked it up from the scene, right?
I learned that afterwards. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And he's running so hard, he comes out of his shoe. You know that now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't dispute that, do you?
No, sir.
We saw the video, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's running so hard, his cell phones fall out of his pockets, correct?
He throws them out.
Okay. Well, you said before they fell out. Did you not? I know you're saying he threw them out today. Have you ever thrown cell phones on the side of the road?
I never.
Okay. And he didn't either, did he?
No, he threw them.
If I showed you the video from your store the day of, where you said they fell out of his pockets, would you still deny that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, we need to refresh his memory of the video. Let me ask first if this will help refresh your memory. Read this and tell me if you denied it, if you said any of those things. Don't say it out loud, just read it, see if you refresh your memory.
Okay.
Do you deny saying that?
I do not deny saying that.
Okay. So you don't disagree that the day of, you said these things flew off of him. You never said anything about him throwing anything.
At that moment, yes, sir.
Okay.
I did say that.
And this was the day of.
Yes, sir.
Because why would anybody throw their cell phones out? Does that make any sense to you?
I would not know.
No. Because they did. He didn't throw them. They flew off of him because he was running so hard.
No, sir. I saw him throw it to the side.
What did you want me to read what you said? Would that help?
Well,
Or would you want me to play the video for you? Would that help?
Just as a
I'm
quick,
just telling you what I saw.
Okay. I'm asking you what you said on the day it happened.
as they continue to badger this guy. One thing that I think is really interesting, and we talked about it before, where it's like, what could he have possibly taken in the store that would be worth this kind of running after him and doing the stuff? Like, did he steal the cash register? Did he steal like the really expensive like car smell stuff? Like, what is it he could possibly have that they were like, we got to go run and get this back from him.
I said it last night and I stand by it. I don't care if that mofo was allegedly stealing like heroin outside of an evidence locker. Nothing is worth that life. Like, I just don't like, I'm one of those, like, I don't care what it is. No property to me is worth that. Aside from my children, which, the courts are kind of determine them as property, but like, I don't see them that way, but that's just kind of what they fall under. Minus my children, nothing, just nothing. You could have my car, you could take my crap. Like, I got insurance. We can replace it. We can figure this out. But like, bottled water is just so crazy to me. So crazy.
Well, and that takes me back to a spot where I'm like, it's not about what he took. It's about making him an example. Like, we get people coming in here and stealing all the time. And so this kid, we're going to make an example out of by running, getting it back, and I don't know, putting up another picture or whatever. But for some reason, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's this particular moment with this kid, and they're like, we're not going to get shoplifted again. So we're going to, take control of the situation.
Well, and it may have been worth asking, especially if you did some investigation and knew some of the amount of theft that some of the people on the wall of shame had done. If you had determined somebody stole, $70 worth of gas, and that's how they ended up on the wall of shame, or, they stole, a $30, 12 pack of beer, something like that, to be like, and so, they stole a $30 12 pack, or they stole $70 worth of gas. And did you chase after them? No, but they just ended up on your wall of shame. Just to kind of show a little bit of the disparity in treatment here, just to put that little nugget in the jurors' minds.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be fantastic. And they didn't really clarify, did they? There was just like a whole bunch of people, but we don't know what any of them did. Like maybe somebody took a chapstick, who knows? But I think that's right. If you could pull that apart a little bit, that would be helpful.
I see where you're going with that now. That makes sense. Like, I like that. That definitely would have shown maybe some of the difference, like, because I can't imagine that everybody stole, like, I'm going to say if it's 4 water bottles, 2023, that can't be more than max, like, what, $7? Like, max.
I mean, even if they were
max.
charging $3 a bottle, you're talking $12.
Yeah. Like, that's, that would have been good. Y'all are, maybe they will go there. I don't know. I'm not.
And even then.
Oh, go ahead.
Like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, the idea was he had something in his front pocket. He didn't have 4 bottles of water in his front pocket, at most maybe 1, that he thought that he was stealing. But so I tell you why I mentioned that disparity there, that, if you could, through some investigation, find out what some of the people on the wall of shame had stolen, then you can start to get to the intent. And then you start putting it in the nuggets that maybe this was racially motivated. Does that satisfy the intent element? You chased after this young black kid, but yet you didn't chase after the guy who stole $70 worth of gas, and then that puts that seed in the jurors' minds that there was something different about this kid that set them off. And that could go to satisfy the necessary intent element.
Interesting. I like that. That would have been a good strategy. This prosecution team is not fond of strategies, but that's where we're at, I guess. But I like that. That would have been a good idea. I like that.
Okay.
You never said that he threw them. You said he dropped them.
I did say
2
that.
things flew off of him, correct?
Just so when flew, like, he threw it. That is what I meant.
That's what you meant. Okay.
Yes, sir.
He threw his shoe off too, didn't he?
I did not see that myself.
Okay. So Tom, you're saying he dropped his phone. 2 things flew off. You don't disagree with that?
I did say that.
Okay. All right. And as a matter of fact, You chased him and you stopped and looked at him. Right?
At what point? Oh, at what he threw, you mean?
Right, listen, I'm only going to be talking to you about May 28th of 2023. So if you ask when, I'm talking about this date when 14-year-old Cyrus Felton died. So is that clear?
Badgering.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you're chasing him, a shoot
I
comes
would have
off.
objected.
2 cell phones come off him. You stop and look at him, do you not?
So I slow down for like a second, and I glance back. I don't see a phone, a water bottle. All I see is trash, and so I turn back around and continue to follow him.
All right. Would it surprise you to know that you had previously said that you stopped and looked and noticed there were 2 cell phones on the ground?
You said that?
Do you
You
disagree
can't
with
just
what you
settle
said?
I
on
don't
this for
remember
half an
saying that.
hour, you
Would it
know?
help you if I refresh your memory?
Yes, sir.
You stopped to look at what he had dropped, correct?
Try to see what he had thrown, yes, sir.
Okay, you do agree with me then that you stopped to look.
Well, it wasn't like a full stop.
What was it?
I slowed down. So in the video you see me full sprinting, and so I slowed down
Okay.
to see, and I don't see anything, so I turn back around and keep
You
going.
didn't see the white shoe right there?
No, sir.
Or the cell phone?
No, sir.
One was white though, right?
The phone?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You remember your mother collecting and bringing them to the gas station that night?
I remember her saying that, yes, sir.
Now, whenever Cyrus goes, let me have 6, 7. You recognize this to be 7441 Parkland Road?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And under this awning, approximately here is where the entrance of the store is, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when Cyrus leaves, he rounds this corner and goes this direction south, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As you guys come around the corner at a brisk pace with your dad yelling, he
Calling
takes
out.
off sprinting, does he not?
My dad called out to him, "Hey," that's it.
And he takes
And
off sprinting, correct?
yes, sir.
Okay. You able to see these 2 posts right here, 2 white posts from the black car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cyrus ran around those and took his cut through, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you and your father took this direction,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. His shoe came off somewhere in this vicinity, correct?
I do not believe so. I think it was earlier,
Okay.
judging off the video.
Somewhere in here then?
Maybe a bit
Well,
further
this
back.
jury
We're
is
here.
not going to like
Yes,
all
sir.
this shoot
Okay.
talk.
Cell phones were found in this general area? Or where did you stop to look where he is?
It is still in the park.
He's still talking about this fucking shoe. Unless this fucking shoe magically turned into a person and shot this kid in the back, the shoe is just so like,
I think it's hard too to let go though when you're in a comfortable spot. I mean, that's how I felt a lot of times as a prosecutor. It was like, okay, I got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm comfortable with this piece of evidence. I'm getting the words that I want, but not exactly what I want. So I'm going to keep digging a little bit, not realizing how much time I'm taking up of the jury. I mean, they've like already moved on 20 minutes ago. So it's like, blah, 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 blah. And that has always frustrated me. That was one of my pet peeves about my own method of doing an examination.
yeah, so he's been on the stand for 2 hours and 17 minutes now. And I'm trying to see if I can kind of see where the prosecution steps in. I can't tell, but either way, he's been on the stand for better part of 2 hours now. I mean, I guess he's a key witness, so it may not be all that unusual, but the jury's probably like, I'm tired of hearing the same thing 40 different ways, you know?
Well, and there is definitely some value in trying to make sure you get all of your elements in.
Yeah.
But, and then, even perhaps too saying like, okay, he doesn't remember the shoes. So we'll take a few minutes here and then we'll go back into it. But I guess for me, just watching it, he's just going too far over and over and over again. It's like, dude, you got your answer. Move on. Maybe later on, if you need another one, do it. But at this point, if I was on the jury, I'd be very frustrated.
Yeah, something that could be easily 5 to 7 questions turns into 30 questions. Yeah, that I could see that being frustrating.
Parking lot.
I'm sorry?
It is still in the parking lot?
The cell phones?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
When I saw him throw them, it was up, like before that sand path
All
there.
right. Sabrina,
Yes, sir.
Cyrus takes the path, correct?
Yes, sir.
And does he immediately cross over Spring Tree?
He's kind of running a diagonal
All right, how about this?
straight to the scene.
Is that it?
Straight to where the scene was.
So he's running in the middle of the road?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is a fairly heavily traveled road, correct?
Yes, sir.
Cars go pretty fast up and down that road, correct?
I'm not sure.
You've never noticed people speeding up and down that road?
No, sir.
No? All right, but it is heavily traveled, right?
Yes, sir.
Cyrus, you and your father run directly across with no disregard for cars coming or going, did you not?
I did not see any cars.
You didn't even notice the white Honda that had to slam on its brakes to keep, or didn't you guys?
I did not notice. No,
You
sir.
didn't?
No, sir.
Because you were focused on chasing a 14-year-old, is that correct?
I was focused on seeing where he was going.
Okay. Spring Tree Road is a very straight road, correct?
Yes, sir.
You can see a great distance down this road, correct? State's 15.
Relevant.
No, sir.
15. Spring Tree
Guy,
is a
we're
straight
sending
road,
your
correct?
objection
It is
book
straight.
to all the lawyers
And it
in
dead
South
ends,
Carolina
right?
at this point.
Yes, sir.
What are these
They could
apartments
use
right
it.
here?
I'm not sure.
All right. What are these apartments right here?
I'm not sure.
Are there any more apartment complexes beside these two?
I'm not sure.
But it dead ends?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what's the purpose of sprinting after Cyrus if you merely wanted to?
They always show overhead maps like that, and I would be the worst person to ask questions like that if you had something like that in front of me, because my spatial reasoning is terrible. I would be looking at that and being like, I can't tell you where a goddamn thing is. Like, I have no idea what that is. Why are you putting that up there? Sorry, that's just my fun side note for that.
Define his direction of travel. Don't we already know the direction of travel without even leaving the property?
Well, it is a dead end for a car, but not for someone on foot.
What does that mean?
You can go anywhere,
Where can you go?
anywhere.
Where can you go besides the apartments? I don't understand.
You could go through it. I don't understand.
All right. Where can anybody go besides those apartments? There's only 2 apartment complexes to go to before you get to that end, right?
Well, you could walk another direction, not on the road.
Explain that. I don't understand. Are you trying to say you could go through the woods?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So were you prepared to chase him through the woods?
I don't know.
Do you know, like, at what point your dad and you stop, or do you just chase him for eternity?
I don't know. I was just, the only thing I was thinking was see where he was going.
Yeah, and get that bottle of water. Gotta get that bottle of water, right?
Oh my God, this guy sucks.
Don't we know which direction he went? I mean, if the cops show up, we know how to call 911. We've established that. You say, officers?
I don't know. Like, I know it's the prosecution, you know, checking the witness, but like, just seems oddly aggressive. Like, I get it, maybe, but it just seems very, very aggressive for him being. I mean, maybe he's like somewhat, a little like hesitant, but I don't think he's like unwilling to answer questions, if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody else has thoughts.
I think he's been a great witness, in my opinion. I mean, just like calm and moving one to another, like, okay, that I'm mixed up. This I didn't remember, whatever. And I think that calmness really pays off to the jury. But if you had a witness who was yelling like the prosecutor here, the jury would be like, we don't believe you because you seem like you're out of control.
Gotcha. Law, your thoughts?
Yeah. I think this witness is fairly sympathetic. He's not the perpetrator. He's also was, 20 at the time. So, still kind of a young, dumb kid. I just think the prosecution's coming way too hard at him. And it's going to make the jury sympathetic to the witness and dislike the prosecutor. I've gone hard at witnesses before, but that's after they start getting an attitude. You never want to be the first one to get an attitude. Because then if you needle them a little bit, they start getting more attitude, and then the jury starts looking at them like, okay, well, wow, that guy's really just an asshole, and then they won't believe anything. This Andy has been cool and calm and basically unemotional the entire time, and the way the prosecutor's coming at him makes it look like he's bullying him and trying to get answers out of Andy that he's already provided. Even if Andy didn't, really answer it very well, it makes it look like the prosecutor's bullying him, and that's not going to be well perceived by the jury, in my opinion.
I would just simply add in too, though, exactly law, and I would add in as a woman, quite frankly, for me to go after anybody on the stand, even if it's my own witness, I have found that that does not necessarily go very well. When I pulled the jury before and I've asked, like, dude, what was going on? Like, their expectation of me as a woman, the biggest one they kept saying was I was sitting there and taking notes for the county attorney, rather than actually doing the case. I'm like, nope, I'm doing the case. But you got that fine line to walk between being assertive and then being like aggressive and then into bully. And that goes really quick for a woman as opposed to a man. I'm just going to put that out there.
I actually really, really agree. Like, you see it in politics a lot. Like, with women, it's such a fine line that you walk, because you can't be too aggressive, but you also can't be too nice. You can't be too this, you can't be too that. You kind of walk that like really fine line. And I don't know that I see it as much for men. Like, women, if you get just the slightest bit snippy, like, they're very much like on your ass about it. But like, tend to see like men get away with that a little bit more. Now, I don't know this is the same in every courtroom everywhere.
I remember
I
one
know,
of
like, when I worked for my mother, she
Mhm.
definitely had similar feelings about perception and stuff like that.
It hit home when I remember doing a trial, and at the end we were just like, hey, so what'd you like, what'd you not like, because you can ask if they can, point some things out. And one of the jurors said, well, we got confused about the suit you were wearing. And I said, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, the peach one, it looked like it had strings hanging down off of it. And I'm like, did you fucking know there's a trial going on? Or, because I'm like, it's strings on a dress and a white jacket. That was one of my moments where I'm like, holy crap, I went to law school for this crap.
This
And
is the
it
guy.
was very upsetting.
I feel ya. I feel ya. It's always wild. Okay, let's get back into this. Try to get through his testimony today.
You're looking for. This is the guy you're looking for. And he went straight up Springtree. Not too many places he can go. He can take a right or a left. Oh, and by the way, we got his backpack, we got a shoe, we got 2 cell phones. Shouldn't be too hard for you guys. Right?
Well, I did not see the phones. I did not see a shoe.
But you are a computer information systems graduate, or whatever you are. You know intimately about computers, and you know about the capabilities of your surveillance system, do you not?
I know that we had his picture.
And you know about the wall of shame, do you not?
Yes, sir.
And you know how to call 911, do you not?
I do.
So why do we check? You want to find his direction. I know is that your explanation? You want to find direction of travel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We got videos that show his direction of travel. You say he didn't go to Park Lane, he went down Springtree. You can tell officers his direction of travel, right? You never even have to leave the property, do you?
You could. I could get more details. More detailed on where he went, because the even though the road is straight, it goes up a little bit, so you can't actually see down the road. There's a little hump.
It's your testimony that you and your father had to chase up there to see specifically where he went, so we can get that dollar bottle of water. Is that your testimony?
Well, I was running to just see where he was going.
Why do you have to run on that straight road? The boy has one shoe on, I mean, can you do that brisk walk you like to do?
Well, I was not thinking that
Jesus.
What were you thinking?
to see where he was going.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna leave it behind at this. But when you stand, stay clean, please. Clean. Yes, ma'am. When you stand right here, you recognize this to be the driveway of your gas station.
Yes, sir.
You can see right up the road, right?
At my height, I would not be able to see all the way down.
Let me ask you something. Do you have? I see you wearing glasses. Do you have issues with your vision?
Just a little bit.
Okay. And do you have trouble perceiving things even with glasses?
No, sir.
You don't?
No,
So
sir.
with your glasses, you have good eyesight.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You see this car right here, Andy?
Duh.
Yes, sir.
What apartment complex are they in?
That first one.
Okay. And then how many more up the road?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, dead ends, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you stand right there, you can see him take a left in that apartment complex, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if he keeps going, you know there's a dead end, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know there's only that other apartment complex on the right up there.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you stand right there, stay in your parking lot of your store at 7441 Park Lane Road, you can go ahead and rule out that first apartment on the left if you pass it, right?
Okay, this is a solid point. This is probably one of the few solid points I've heard this prosecution team make the entire fucking time. Is that basically if you walk out to the edge of your store and you look your head down the road, you can tell because there's only 2 apartment complexes he could go to. And if he doesn't go to one, he's gonna, assuming he's not, running into the woods like a fucking wild bear, he's gonna go to the other one. Like, that's just my thought.
I could, yes,
Okay,
sir.
but if he turns in there, you can say, officers, he went up there, took a left, right?
Yes, sir.
And by the way, we got his face too, right?
Okay.
And by the way, we got his cell phone and shoe, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you following me still? If you kept running past that driveway, then you could narrow it down too. You could say, Mr. Police Officer, he kept running past that first complex, and the next one is up there on the right, right?
I could have.
Okay. Are you tracking my question? So my question is, why do you need to be right up on him jogging beside him the whole time?
I did not plan to be right on him
But you were.
because he tripped.
So you watched a 14-year-old boy with one shoe, and you suspected of stealing $1 of water, trip and fall, and you didn't just turn around and say, Dad, let's call it a day. Let's just go back. We've done too much already. You didn't do it
I did not do that.
because you're right up on him. And you said that in your statement, right? So
I
you got
was.
right up on him.
I was arm's length away.
You still didn't notice he was only wearing one shoe?
No, sir.
He busted his butt pretty bad there, didn't
His butt.
he?
No.
He busted his shins up, right? I mean, he was down like on his stomach, right?
Oh, no.
You said that.
He was flat, and then I saw something in his hand.
This is state 78. And he hit pretty hard. And are you familiar with a tack light? This is state.
Wait. At this point, he's still behind him because he says he falls, flat, and he sees something in his hand. But we're going to go to the fucking tack light now? I swear to God.
It's number 6. Are you familiar with the tack light?
Yes, sir.
Remember that on the ground?
I did not see it myself, but
Well, like you were standing there with the officer when he identified it being there after that.
I thought they were talking about a red thing on the
Okay. But you didn't see that at the time?
I did not see it. No, sir.
All right. Well, let me see states 35. You saw his shins just now, what he did to himself after that fall.
I did see that.
Okay. And it was a fairly. He hit the ground pretty hard, didn't he?
Wait, how did he see his shins? He was in pants. I'm confused. He just asked him if he saw. Oh,
Was
I'm
he in
sorry, go
pants
ahead.
or was he in shorts?
No, it said they said he had on black like a Nike like sort of like track pants or sweatpants, and then the red hoodie.
That's a good question.
I was just curious.
I
It
think
stuck out to me.
they're probably torn up. I'm wondering, so that if they were shredded, they were in bad shape.
Yeah, that's fair. I wonder if they'll show what it looked like after.
He did fall flat on the ground.
Okay. And that was right about here where 8A is, correct?
I believe it was a bit further out.
Okay. Do you see 8A?
Yes, sir.
You realize that's an attachment to the pistol he had on him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any explanation? Because you were the closest one to him, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. He had to have hit the ground right here for his optic, his flashlight, to come detached and come to rest right there, right? You didn't go over there, did you?
I did not.
And that's not yours, is it?
No, sir.
And that doesn't go to your dad's gun, does it?
No, sir.
So that is where he fell, correct?
From my memory, he fell a bit further, a bit after. So
You were closest to him.
yes, sir.
How did that get to be right there then? Did you move it?
Then maybe when he took it out,
When did he take it out?
Did you move?
I don't know, but when he was on the ground, it was already in his hand.
Okay.
When he was on the ground, but I still need to know where he was. Is he behind him, beside him, or in front of him? Yeah, nobody has told me where he's standing when all this goes down.
Do you think maybe when he hit the ground, it came out of his pocket? You think that's possible?
I'm not sure.
Okay. He hit the ground
That's
pretty hard,
real
did he
fucking
not?
possible.
He did.
You were right there up on him. He hit the ground hard, did he not?
He did.
Okay. And he's already lost his shoe. You understand that?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Do you understand that? You want me to play the video again for you?
No, sir.
We know he lost his shoe because your mom brought it to your store, right?
Yes, sir.
You were there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I ask a question you don't understand, just ask me to repeat.
Well, I didn't know he didn't have his shoe on.
I didn't ask that.
Okay.
We understand now he lost his shoe, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We understand now that 2 cell phones have flown off of him in his haste to get away from you two, correct?
I saw him throw it, yes, sir.
But at the day, you said it flew off of him. You didn't say throw, correct?
That day, yes, sir.
Okay. I know you won't say the day he threw it, but I'm talking about May 28, 2023. You said 2 things flew off of him.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we now know that in his haste to get away from you, he ran out of his sneaker, and now he's running up the road with 1 shoe on. In his haste to get away from you two, he has dropped 2 cell phones. Because who do you know that throws cell phones away? You never know anything about that?
I do not.
Okay. So 2, he's running away from you so hastily, he comes out of the shoe, drops 2 cell phones.
3 times you said
You two continue
hastily.
to chase him, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then,
Self-defense element.
I'm sorry, Di, what? Repeat
Oh,
that?
sorry. I was saying he keeps mentioning it over and over again in his haste, right? The victim. And so by doing that is trying to kind of flip the self-defense piece to it. So, because why would he care if it was hastily or not? It's because he's putting the one who was unalived kind of making it so that he felt he had to have some self-defense. And then these fellas over, there were the aggressors.
I gotcha. I mean, they kind of were, but still. Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Oh, they totally were. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. But if you got to have a competent prosecutor, I think, to actually try these kinds of cases.
Get a
Follow me.
Oh. Damn it. I can't tonight. My brain's not working. I keep trying to play it and thinking I'm unmuting my mic. I'm doing a whole thing. But anyway, yeah, no, maybe we needed somebody better to weave this tale. I liked Law's point about the area, income, things like that. Maybe this prosecutorial team just wasn't used to coming up against not public defenders, private attorneys that are paid, $200,000 to $300,000 to represent somebody. And I'm not even saying they're good. I'm just saying maybe their game wasn't there for this case. So And I wish it would have been, because you shoot somebody in the back that's a child that you're alleging stole bottled water that didn't steal shit. I kind of think you need to rot in jail for a little while. Now, do you need a murder one? Maybe not. But something, just ridiculous.
All right.
Why do you use that term?
Jason, follow.
Chase. Are you comfortable when I say chase
Yes,
him? Okay. You continue to chase him. And then the boy, 14-year-old, 114-pound boy, hits the ground so hard. And you're hovering over him. And he hits so hard that light has come off of his gun. Why not just run back to the Shell station at that point and say, this is enough. We've gone way too far. Over $1 bottle of water. Why did
Because
you
he's
do
a
that?
20-year-old and they're not going to fucking do that.
Everything was happening fast.
Yeah.
So I caught up to him,
Wow.
and I see the gun,
Okay.
and then it's pointed at me. So
How many times did you
No,
say
back
he...
up.
Okay, well, I want to get to that. Who did you tell that day that he pointed a gun at you?
I did not say the exact words, no, sir.
What am I doing right now?
Pointing at me.
Yeah. It's a very simple word, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You never say pointed, you never use the term aim, did you not? Or you didn't, did you?
I did not. I did motion it, pointing.
Never said point, you never said aim. You said he pulled a gun, I saw a gun.
Yes, sir. I said those things.
Okay. English is your first language, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you even say point, you use it all the time, do you not?
Yes, sir.
You understand the word aim, correct?
Yes, sir.
Like, that's offensive.
Oh, that was icky as fuck. What the hell? That was, very... I don't even know what to call it, but that was gross.
It's called arson. It's you're burning up all of the goodwill that you could have had with the jury.
Oh my gosh,
God damn it,
absolutely.
That was a good one.
That's excellent. Yes, indeed.
Love it. Law with the bangers over here. And the beard oil. We're winning tonight, guys. We're winning.
2 for 2.
Yeah. And the eye cream. No, we're 3 for 3 because he's doing the face care too. Here
Well,
for it.
I'm jealous of the eye cream. You'll have to tell me what you use later.
Yeah.
Will do. I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head.
Damn it, Law.
A little part of me just died. Well, anyway, all right, back to
Yeah,
testimony.
I know. I can tell you what I use attorney dye. It's like 5 different things because I don't want the bags under my eyes. But yeah. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Let's go, guys.
Did anybody stop you from using those words that day?
No, sir. They also did not ask me.
Did you have trouble volunteering that very important piece of information?
The first thing that came to my mind was he pulled it, and I pointed with my
He
hand.
pulled. Could it have come out of his pocket when he took that violent fall to the ground?
I believe he took it out.
Could it have come out of his pocket when he took that violent hit on the ground that dislodged the flashlight from his gun?
I'm not sure.
Could it have fallen out of his pocket after you chased him 130 yards and he hit the ground, wounding his shin, dislodging that light from his gun? Could it have come out of his pocket at that point?
It could have.
Okay. You never saw it before he fell, correct?
The gun.
You never saw that gun before he fell, correct?
No, sir.
All right. It's the first time you're even aware of it is when you're right on top of him and he's hurt himself and he's lying on the ground face down, correct?
Yes, sir.
And where's your dad?
I'm not sure. He's behind me.
2
That's
to
all.
3 feet behind you, maybe?
I'm not sure.
Would it surprise you? You said before that he was 2 to 3 feet behind you.
I don't remember.
Would it surprise you? Do you deny saying that?
I don't remember saying it.
Do you deny saying that?
I just don't remember saying it.
Do you deny saying that he was 2 to 3 feet
Oh my God, asked and fucking answered. Either bring something to refresh his memory or fucking stop. I cannot stand this shit.
behind you?
I'm not sure.
I think it's one thing to repeat a question to get an answer, but when you get an answer, you don't need to keep repeating the question because now we're in badgery
Yeah.
lands.
Like,
right?
how many different ways did he just, I think he asked it like 5 or 6 different ways. Like, Do you deny saying that? Do you deny saying that? Do you like, dude, he told you he doesn't remember. And like, that's fine. I mean, unless he just said it like, in the last 30 minutes and I missed it, just bring something in that refreshes his memory or what the fuck ever. Like, I don't know like how they want to play that, but like I'm sure they got something about what he said the night of. But again, also to be clear for everybody, I'm not defending Andy Chow or Rick Chow in any way. We're just talking about how this case got tried and why the jury ended up with the verdict they ended up with. And this kind of dog shit is exactly why they ended up with the verdict they ended up with. He's a young man, and also this trial took place in 2026. The event took place in 2023. It is highly possible that he's not going to remember everything, every single little detail of what he saw. Should he? Maybe, but also time kind of plays funny tricks on your memory. So just a side note.
Him when he fell to the Do you think you were from him when he fell to the ground? When you first saw the gun?
From young man?
Yes, sir.
More than like 10 feet. Yeah.
Okay. Your dad was 10 feet?
Wait,
10 feet from
where
Cyrus?
I was from him, or
You were 10 feet from Cyrus when you fell?
when he tripped?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He was ahead of me.
Okay. But then you got right up on him, is what you testified to.
Yes, sir. And then I caught up to him. Yes, sir.
Okay. You were right up on him, is I think.
Yeah, arm length. Yes, sir.
Arm length? How far was your dad from you?
I'm not sure. I did not look back.
Okay. Would you say, do you remember saying that he was maybe 5 to 10 feet from Cyrus?
At what point?
You never given an interview saying that?
At what point was he at 5 to 10?
When Mr. Cyrus Carmack Belton was lying on the ground, you see the gun.
Oh.
Your arm's length, how far is your dad?
I'm not really sure.
Let me see if you.
Just let him ask a question. I mean, ask the question. Let him answer. He didn't ask for permission either. I guess they don't do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen them ask to
You
approach
do
once.
not making this.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
It's been a really long time since not a really long time. It's been a while since I've been in the thick of it in the courtroom. But I go through in order to stay like up to date, and I do mock trial judging, which is really great because you can make some kids cry about their future, which I think I'd love to do. But I think that one of the most basic
never
things.
to do mock trials with attorney die. Like,
Well, one of the most basic things, though, is, to make sure that you're following the protocol, the very basic minimum, manners towards the court. And I'm not seeing it. So that to me says a lot about the attorney.
Well, and he's also been like calling the clerk by her first name, like, like, hey Jessica, can you put up exhibit 2? It's just very, very much too casual. I have a switch, that once we're on the record,
Yeah.
I'm a different person. It's Mr., Mrs., Your Honor, standing up when addressing the judge, asking to approach, like all of that. It's a completely different mindset.
Yeah, I agree. I had a termination of parental rights for 6 children. It was a very difficult hearing. It took 3 days, and I have some medical problems, but that particular day, my legs didn't work quite right, and I hadn't been diagnosed. And so I kept falling because I was standing and I was trying to do what I needed to do with the witnesses and with the judge. And I couldn't stand. I kept falling. So that we took a recess and the judge is like, you don't need to stand. You can go ahead, just take a seat. And I was like, all right, thanks, Your Honor. And then so we went back in and got back to business. And I didn't even realize it, but I kept trying to stand again. So they're like, just sit down. And then after that, as an extra little goodie here, the judge who was in a wheelchair, he's like, well, I could give you a ride. Where do you need to go? That's my story.
hilarious.
I couldn't. And I was like, wait, I think it's okay for me to sit down. All right. But yeah, that switch just flips and you have to have everything set out. I think it's just bare minimum professionalism.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to brag or anything, but when I was younger and my mom was going to law school, she used to take me with her sometimes because, it's the summer and you got to have something to do during the day when she didn't have a babysitter. And they had like the mock trial, like courtroom there at Tech or whatever. And I would always go play and run around in there if nothing was going on. It was my favorite thing to do.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's my only side note because I don't really have any good stories for that. But anyway, okay.
Not.
Okay. So you previously told or indicated that your dad was 5 to 10 feet away from him, and you were maybe 2 feet from him when you first saw the gun.
That is what I said.
I'm asking you. I mean, you remember giving an interview with Mr. Jordan, Investigator Jordan?
So I was told by Mr. Kent that I can only say what I saw at that day, and I did not know. My dad was behind me. I did not know.
Remember when Investigator Jordan? How many feet do you think your dad was from Cyrus? If you got to guess.
I'm going to get even get the last word guess, and we told him not to speculate. Wait, Brooke, Sean.
Hey, what's up?
Now they object to speculation. That's actually not very speculatory.
All of them are getting the book Attorney Dies Gonna Write on objections. I swear. We're going to just send it out to all
I'm going to make
of us out
comments.
here.
I'm going to make comments, but here's the deal is then I'm going to charge
We'll
them.
ask you, how far
I'll be like,
you
you have to
get
have
from
this
Cyrus?
for your law practice, and now you shall pay me $300 or you can't have it.
Yeah, get that West Publishing pricing.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I feel like we need to get some South Carolina representatives on board. Just make it a law. You have to have Attorney Dies objection book here in South Carolina. I feel like it would be great.
Cyrus was your father. You don't deny him asking it, right? You don't deny saying it'd be like 5 to 10 feet. You don't deny it.
So I would be guessing where he was.
You would have seen him. How could you have guessed the distance if you didn't see him?
I did not see
Well,
him.
you just testified a minute ago with your lawyer that when you saw the gun, you looked up, turned towards your dad, and said, he's got a gun. Did you not testify with Mr. Kent about that?
I thought the question was when I was next to the young man and I saw
That's
the
when you saw
gun.
the gun.
Yes, sir. So
And
then
then Go ahead.
I see the gun and it points up at me. So I put my hands up and I say he has a gun,
Okay.
still facing. And then I'm backing up at this point. And then I turn and I see my dad.
Oh, so now there's a lot more time than I thought between these events. So now your testimony is, you're right up on top of him. He's falling. Okay? Stop me if I'm wrong. Okay? I'm just trying to repeat what I think you just said.
Okay.
You're right on top of him. You see a gun. You don't know where your dad is right now, correct?
Yes, correct.
So how many seconds does it take for you to go, whoa, 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 back up, and say, he's got a gun?
Hold on. We need to talk about that real quick. He's on top of him. If he's like lying flat on the ground, right? Like he's on top of him, I'm guessing like this. Sees him have this gun. That's not a gun pointed at you. That's just a gun that's there.
Wait, was he on the ground too?
He's saying he was like over him, like, okay, so like
Okay.
if this is him, this is what I'm understanding them to say. But if there's a gun like right here off to the side, that's not him pointing at you and you're backing. That's not him
Well,
pointing a gun at you.
did he
Am I
flip
missing
over?
something?
Maybe he flipped over a little bit, and that way he
Maybe.
could see the gun.
Yeah.
Or the GUN, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. My live already got flagged. It gets flagged every time I have this particular background for unoriginal content, but I'm not changing it because TikTok can deal with it. So you're good.
You know, one of the most helpful things that I saw when I sat down every single minute of Trayvon Martin's case in Florida, I was like glued to the evidence.
Yeah.
I mean, they had this like styrofoam, like it was like a black styrofoam with like the sparklies, whatever. The sparklies don't matter. The point is, it was in the same shape as Trayvon. And so they're trying to figure out who was the first aggressor. And so he was asking the witnesses, like, come and tell me how you saw this guy holding Trayvon Martin. And they would demonstrate it with this full, like, exactly proportioned correctly, a foam doll, I
I
guess.
like that.
I think it helps when, you know, you got a situation where if it's complicated, you got to get it sorted out. So I thought visually that was incredible. I'm telling you, the Trayvon Martin, the way that evidence was presented was freaking amazing.
Gotcha. Yeah, Law was talking.
And
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, you were just about to say what I was going to say. That I was talking about that yesterday too, when the medical examiner was up. Have a demonstrative there with the rod, you know, and leave it there. Let it sit with the jury. Let them see it, and let them think about, well, shit, how did he get shot in the back with an upward angle like that? You know, let them sit with that.
So, dummies for the courtroom. I love it. That's perfect. Yeah, in this case, I think that should have been done because there's so many. Well, first of all, there's really 3 people involved with this. Like, people like to be like, it's just Rick Chow or it's just Syra. No, there's really 3 people involved because the son was pretty intimately involved right up until the shot was fired. So there's a lot of question of like angles and where people were and things like that. And I think that, like, to y'all's point, that would have been really great for this case. Either for the defense or the prosecution to sort of illustrate what they're talking about, because as somebody who, again, like I said earlier, I kind of struggle a little bit with spatial reasoning. Like, that's important for me to understand exactly like what I should be looking at, because in my head, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Like, they may want it to play out. Like, and that's why I was
Absolutely.
asking, like, if he's laid down, is he talking about he was behind him, like he's flat, like face down, and he was behind him like this, or was he like this? Like, those are things that I won't always catch. So,
Right. And the other thing that's helpful too is if you've got an exhibit where a demonstrative piece where the people, the lawyers, can move the other people. Like, is this where everybody was, or was it more like this? And then have that demonstrative piece sitting up. And I love the idea of just thinking about it and going through it. One of the biggest, most important pieces of demonstrative evidence that I put together was the floor plan. We had an essay, all right, I'm not going to give any details here, but it was an essay of a little 5-year-old girl. And the issue was whether or not the witnesses could actually see what was happening in another room. And so we put the floor plan out and we measured precisely the floor plan, put our witnesses in there in order to show the line of sight to be able to tell they could see what was going on in the other room. Now, of course, they were also children, so they couldn't really put it into words. But the question was, could you see your uncle and the little girl? And the answer was yes. That kind of stuff, I think, is so essential for a jury because you can't just figure out in your head, like, well, did they look around? What's going on? That's why we're in a homicide case here. Like, how do you not have better demonstrative exhibits? This is just like driving me crazy.
well, and the last thing I'll say is that, like, and then you're going to go have these 12 people are going to go back to the jury room. And they're going to be questions in their head. Like, I'm not saying everybody has spatial reasoning dumbness like me, but like, you're going to have people that are like, well, I don't understand. Maybe was it here? Was it here? Was it, you know, were they lying this way or that way? Was the witness looking this way or were they looking in their room? You know, like, yeah, like that would have been great. So I wish they would have done that. It would have helped me a lot.
Well, it'd be he has got a gun, and then I turn to where you are now, and tell my dad he has a gun.
He's got a gun. When you're looking at your dad, how far away is he from Cyrus who's still on the ground? 5 to 10 feet?
I'd say closer to 10 feet. 10 feet.
Ooh, okay. Wonder why you said 5 to 10 when investigator Jordan asked you that.
I learned that my perception of feet, how far long foot was wrong.
Okay, so over 3 years you've learned about 12 inches and what it means to be 5 to 10 feet. You've learned distances better over 3 years. Is that what you're saying?
After I explained it,
Objection,
Yeah,
rudeness.
that's right. That's want to be clear. He's still on the ground as you're running backwards?
no, he's getting up.
Okay.
And that's when he points the gun at me as he's getting up.
And still running? He continues to run?
He does continue to go forward, yes, sir.
Okay. And so I guess that must mean that he's doing this.
Not behind him, because I'm not backing up straight backwards.
Okay, how are you backing up?
Since I was running full speed, I slow down. I'm maybe arm's length away, and then I see the gun, and I start to back up. And I start to go out this way.
Okay. Stephanie, can I have stakes number 26?
He keeps saying he sees the gun, which I don't know if anybody, like for me, you keep saying you see the gun, but you have not said he pointed the gun at me. I feel like if I'm on the stand, that's important for me to illustrate, right? Like, it's not I just see a gun, right? Like, because just seeing a gun, like, that doesn't mean shit. But, like, the gun is pointed at me. Seems more important to focus on here. I don't know. Just my little side note.
All right. Judge, can I have the witness just step down just to explain real quick? As best you can, put the looking at state 26.
All right.
You recognize what we're looking at state 26?
Yes, sir.
All right. Show us where he, and I want you to, as best you can, put the tip of that on the exact spot where he fell.
It would be right here.
Okay. Right there. And that's about where that tack light was found, correct?
I believe the tack light is down.
I put it within the chimney where you fell. Right there. Okay. And you're right up on top of him. Good. You're right up on top of him when you see the gun right there.
Yes, sir.
Show us the direction you backed up in.
So I come in and I back out this way.
Why would you back up further towards the road instead of back to safety where the Park Lane road is?
Because my momentum's taking me out this way.
Well, your momentum, you said you stopped right over him. You're right on top of him. How'd you have momentum if you were in the stopping position?
Well, I didn't come to a full stop. I came in, slowed down, and then I see the gun, and then I started to come out this way. And then so I turn around here, and I see my dad, and then...
Wait. Slow down. Slow down. He hits the ground. How long was he down on the ground?
Maybe 1 or 2 seconds.
1 or 2 seconds. And you're right on top of him, is what you testified to, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right on top of him while you're moving past him, or I don't understand, because I understood that you stopped right beside him. You're an arm's length away from him, is what you said prior.
Yes, sir.
Okay, stop.
So I came in, and then, I didn't come to a full stop right here, and then start to go.
Well, if he's on the ground, okay, so you're explaining he hits the ground, you just kind of keep running past him.
I keep coming up here, and then he starts to get up,
Okay.
and then he points the gun at me, and so I continue that.
Andy, if he's pointing the gun at you, he's trying to move this way, why are you backing up in the same direction he's moving? I don't understand. Why not go back this way?
What a great
If
question.
You just approached the man with the gun. Why are you backing up in the same direction and travel as he's going? I don't understand.
Well, my momentum's just taking me that way.
But you already said you stopped right beside him when he hit the ground.
Well, no, I didn't come to a full stop.
All right, so let me get this straight. You're running forward here, correct?
Full sprint.
Okay. And then you slow down and suddenly you're backpedaling. How do you do that? How do you go from sprinting forward to backpedaling without stopping? Can you demonstrate that?
Sure.
You can go from a dead sprint to a backpedal without stopping?
Well, no, I slowed down.
Okay, so you can go from a sprint to slow down to backpedal.
Yes, sir.
Can you? Do we have enough room for you to do that? I've never seen that done. No. Is that something you practice?
No.
You're describing as a full sprint, slow down, and then suddenly you're backpedaling up the road. Is that your testimony?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Silas is trying to get up, but he's continuing this way, correct?
Yes.
And do you remember, all right, so when you back up here, you don't deny that you said you turned to look at your dad and said he has a gun.
Yes, sir.
Now, put the pointer where your dad was standing when you first saw him. You turn around with your dad.
It's around here, and I see he comes up around this spot.
Okay. Did you write about that? And that's about that case is found.
Yes, sir. Okay. And then Cyrus was up already on his feet and out this way.
Okay, Cyrus is continuing trying to get it that way.
Yes, sir.
And it's your testimony that as he's running, he's doing that to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're running with him, kind of. I mean, he's running that way, you're backing up with him.
Yes, sir. But kind of like going away from him.
Okay, well, you just said when you're backpedaling, you're going up Springtree, away from Parkland, right?
It'd be this way.
Okay, but are you going towards Parkland when you're backing up? Or up, closer up? Yeah.
Yes, I'll be going up Springfield.
Okay, well, that's what I'm asking. Cyrus is going up Springtree too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're going up Springtree, correct? That's what you just said.
Yes, sir.
All right. So he's running, and you're backpedaling beside him. He's running with a gun the whole time. That's what your testimony is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can have a seat.
That's new. What? So we have a new.
I don't think that was a very good way of setting that out at all, because he kept interrupting, in my opinion, so we couldn't actually hear what the witness was saying other than yep, nope. And so he's like taking him through all these questions. That would be great if we could have a full answer before he asks the next question. I mean, this is kind of like, trial court 101. What the frick are you doing, dude?
I'm gonna make me a new tinfoil hat. I swear to God. Law, you still with us, hon?
I am.
Okay, sorry. Just making sure. All right.
Valid question.
You've been so quiet, so I'm like, hold on, let me make sure. Let's go.
So, your dad's standing back there going, what the hell is going on? Why is my son backpedaling with this guy aiming a gun at him, right?
I'm not sure what he was doing.
Sorry,
Have
is
you
this
ever seen anything like that
defense?
before?
Is this
One
defense
man's running down the
witness?
road aiming a gun at somebody, another guy.
Yeah, that's the defense witness.
Okay, sorry, just clarifying.
No, you're good.
Jogging beside him?
I mean, there would be about, there's a good distance between us. I'm not, right next to him.
Okay, all right, so how far did you back off of him at that point?
About maybe 20 feet away now.
20 feet
since
away
we're
from him.
going away from each other.
Okay, but you're both moving up Springtree away from Parkland. You
Up
Cyrus.
Springtree and away from each other.
Okay, and there's trees in between you and Cyrus at this point, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he's trying to get towards those apartments, is he not?
I'm not sure what he was.
Which direction, one more time, Andy, which direction was he going? Was he going towards Parkland or up Springtree?
He was going up Springtree.
Okay, and what's it in Springtree?
Some apartments.
But is there any doubt he was trying to get away from you two?
I don't know what he was thinking.
Was he running towards you or away from you?
I was running away from him. Now that
Let me
he's
ask you
pointing a
something.
gun.
Let me ask you, I'm gonna make this really quick, okay, step by step.
Didn't even finish
When
his
y'all
sentence.
left the Shell station, was he trying to get away from you two?
I'm not sure why he ran.
Did he ever stop and ask to shake your hand?
No, sir.
Did he ever run towards you?
No, sir.
Okay. He was running away from you, right?
Kind of a dickhead, and I don't like the overall presentation of this, but he's got some bangers in there. He kept bringing up something earlier that he said. He was like, oh, you're just going to keep briskly walking towards him. And some of it's a little funny. Not great in front of a jury, but a little funny.
Right, Andy?
I can't speak for him.
Was he running towards you?
No, sir.
Was he running away from you? It's not a hard question.
I guess not to me, yes, sir. He was
trying to get away from where you were, correct?
Maybe instead of being a dickhead, you could just be like, hypothetical here. If somebody's running and somebody's chasing after them, who do you think that first person is running from? This is just easy shit. What the fuck?
Could be.
It could be. You and your dad are yelling at him and running after him.
I did not. Outside of the store, I did not yell at him.
You yelled at him in the store.
Well, I called out to him, hey.
And your dad yelled to him when he got out of the store.
And my dad called out hate to him. Yes.
And he ran away from you.
Okay, yes, sir.
I know, I'm asking you. This is your chance to answer my questions. And they're not hard, are they?
Yes,
He
sir.
ran away from you and your father, did he not?
He did run away from me.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
At any point did he turn and engage with you? You understand that word?
He did not.
Okay. At any point did he stop and turn towards your dad and pull out a gun in the store?
Was my dad? No, sir.
Did he do that to you in the store?
No, sir.
Did he do that when y'all chased him in the spring tree? Did he turn around before y'all left the parking lot and point a gun at you?
No, sir.
But you continued to chase him, though, didn't you? And you actually called up to him first. You called up to him twice. Is what you said. Your state at the roadside, right?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean? What was the first time you called up with him?
I'm not completely sure.
Okay. So you catch up with him, and then he keeps going. And then he falls, and then you catch up with him again, and that's when the gun thing happens, right?
Yes, sir. He pointed the gun at me.
Okay. And you said he fell. He took 1 to 2 steps after he got shot and fell down.
Yes, sir. Or yeah, he kind of ducks to the ground and stays on the ground.
Okay. But you testified he took 1 to 2 steps after he was shot and fell to the ground.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see states 32. Please. So where we see Cyrus here, pretty much where he got shot, right?
Yes, sir. Or
What?
that's when I see him and he takes 1, 2 steps and then falls. That's not where he got shot right there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You must have got shot somewhere in here, right? If you take 1 to 2 steps and then falls.
I think it'd be a bit further left.
How'd you take big steps?
Well, it's not exact. I didn't look at him immediately, so there could be steps before those first 2 steps I saw.
Your testimony before was he got shot, took 1, maybe 2 steps, and then fell. Do you deny that?
My testimony is I saw my dad fire the shot, and I turned to him, and I see he takes 1, 2 steps. And
Have you given statements before? Sir,
oh, sorry. What was,
have you spoken with investigator Jordan before?
yes, sir.
Did you not tell him he took 1, maybe 2 steps and then fell?
I believe I did. I believe I did.
Okay. Are you changing your testimony today for any reason, or do you stand by that statement?
No, that's exactly how he answered the question. We're mischaracterizing what the witness said. He answered it exactly as the solicitor just asked the second time.
Yes.
Oh, look, the defense knows how to object.
You previously said he gets shot, takes 1, maybe 2 steps, and then falls. Doesn't get back up, right?
I did say those words.
Okay. So tell me then about tell me where to stop, where he was when you were going to get shot.
It'll be about there.
There.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if that's 1 to 2 steps, he must have really been moving. He must have been moving pretty fast trying to get up that hill, if that's 1 to 2 steps carried him that far, right?
Well, there would have been more steps before the 1 or 2 that I saw.
Listen, your prior testimony, I want to be very clear. Talk slow. Your prior testimony is this. He gets shot, takes 1 or 2 steps, and falls. Do you deny that?
No, sir.
Okay. We're clear on that now. We don't have to go back and forth on that anymore, do we?
Yes, sir.
Shot, 1 or 2 steps, falls. We're clear on that. Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me ask you again.
Wow. Like, just stop being a dick, dude. Just ask him the fucking questions. It's so fucking easy.
And it seems like he's saying, like, yeah, 1 or 2 steps when I saw him, but then I don't know the total because he might have stepped before I saw him. That just makes sense, in my opinion, on how hard he's trying to be, like, perfect with his answers so that this attorney can stop being an ass.
Well, and what's frustrating is ultimately, like, this is irrelevant to the use of force or self-defense. So
Exactly.
he's harping on this so hard when it's a very minor part of the analysis.
Right. And is it so he's trying to properly impeach him? Is that why he's harping on it?
Well, I think he's trying to call into question his reliability. So whether that's the reliability of his memory or if he's generating a new story after the fact.
I don't know. This is just bad.
This is where you didn't move him, did you? After he fell to the ground, did you? Did you drag him anywhere? You and
No,
your
sir.
dad?
Just flipped him.
Okay. Well, then this is where he came to rest finally. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Where was he shot if it's 1 or 2 steps away? Tell me when.
It would be around.
I mean, okay, but like, what's the difference in feet? Did he go like 10 feet and supposedly 2 steps? Like, or is it like just farther than an average step? Because adrenaline can do some crazy fucking shit, man. Like, you get shot, you're running for your what you feel like, and at that point is your life from 2 crazy people. Adrenaline can like make you do wild things. Just saying.
Around there.
Okay, look at that. Look at that, Andy.
Yes, sir.
You're a Division 1 level swimmer, right? What did you do, 150 meters?
Not Division 1, no, sir.
You know,
Just high school
Academy,
swimmer.
you were swimming there, all state?
Yes, sir.
You're familiar with distances, right?
In yards.
Just yards?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're familiar too with my stride being what it is when I'm walking, but when I'm sprinting, I'm taking a lot bigger steps.
Oh, yes, sir.
So he was really moving. If we are to understand that he shot right here, and that's 1 or 2 steps away. He must have been sprinting up that
Oh
hill.
God, asked and answered. Move the fuck on.
I mean, from that point, it was not 1 or 2 steps.
That's right. Well, no, I thought we were clear on that. We already said 1 or 2 steps after we shot. We got to clear that up. I thought.
I mean, I
Now
just
it's-
been explaining to you what it was.
And I thought we were clear. You got shot, took 1 or 2 steps, and fell. But maybe we weren't.
I hate that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that guy a letter.
Write a strongly worded letter. I need my gummies for this shit.
Mm-hmm. I just got more Skittles. I'm gonna send you some popcorn, Law. All right.
1 or 2 steps fell. Now, at this point, how far out the road are you? You've already, it must have, you're backpedaling up Spring Tree. I remember that. How far up in the middle of Spring Tree are you?
So the two lines in the middle of the road, I'm about on the right, about past it, just a little bit.
Can I see states 26 one more time, Stephanie? All right, we talked about this is about where he fell. Your dad was about right there when he fired the shot. We know he comes to rest and passes away somewhere right in this area, correct? Correct, Andy?
No, it'd be a bit further down
Down.
to the left,
Is that right?
and then to the left more.
Okay, right there.
It would be around there.
Are
Okay.
you eating a bucket of gummies?
And so, you shot in the back, you know that, right?
Yes, sir.
He's right here, okay, when he
Okay.
shot. You're
was
aware
worried.
now?
It would be at the double lines.
Okay, you've had a chance at this point to somehow get all the way back up here. How long did it take you to backpedal all that way?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe.
I still
How
think
long
he's doing a good job with the
How much time do
prosecutor.
you think passed between?
Go ahead, Di. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think he's doing a really good job with the prosecutor here, who's like trying to go in and be like, aha, Perry Mason style. But the witness, like he's calm, controlled. It's like, no, that's not what I said. This is what I said. And I really appreciate that when we have a really intelligent witness that can sit and explain things.
I'm betting the defense probably prepared him quite a bit. And also, like, yeah, he is
Heck
very
yeah.
relaxed and calm and cool. And, like, I think it's. Listen, the prosecution has just done an epic job of just fucking this up for any kind of accountability for Rick Chow. Like,
Yep.
on a personal level, I don't like this guy. I think he should have done some time for what he did. But if the state can't meet their burden, that's on them as well. Like, that's where we're at.
And that's the other big question is like, why were we charging here at a first or second degree murder as opposed to manslaughter? And I think this is where the use of a weapon comes into play, right? So if you just bare hands, fine. But now that you have a weapon, that's where we're getting that first or second degree and that little bit of premeditation. And that bums me out. I mean, if you've got someone with a pew-pew and you're like running after them because they have a bottle of water, it's like, let them run. again, it's like, oh, I feel so scared. That's why I'm running after them. Like, what?
Listen, I do my cardio, but it's just to stay healthy. Like, the only way I'm running is if I see somebody else running, because I'm absolutely following. If people are running, I have a standard rule of thumb that I'm gonna follow because some crazy shit is happening,
Smart.
or somebody's chasing me. Like,
That's
that's
very
the only way
smart.
I'm doing it.
Mhm.
That's it. Like, otherwise, take that bottle of water. I couldn't give a shit. Like, I don't care.
It's just
When you
very
saw him,
suspicious.
I agree. Like, I just think like there were so many other ways that this could have been handled, but like at the end of the day, like it's just like, why this kid? You know, like
Yeah.
of all the motherfuckers that could be stealing from you in the infinite universe, it had to be this kid? Like it had to be a kid?
Well,
Like I'm not
right.
saying
And
you should do it to an adult either. That's not my
sure.
claim here, but like really?
If they're frustrated, I don't doubt that they get stuff nicked from them all the time. That's what those little places have to deal with constantly. But then, was it because they thought he was just a kid so they could overpower him? You know, they're like the other ones we couldn't catch because of whatever. Scapegoat, thank you, Werthers. Excellent candy choice. But was that the reason why? And again, I mean, does this guy even live in the neighborhood? That's the other thing I keep thinking. I'm like, is he a regular at this place? This boy, does he go in and get water there regularly?
I had been wondering that. That was another question I had, but nobody's covered that. Was he like a normal, like part of the neighborhood fixture? Like people knew who he was. He normally went in or out of that store. But from what we know, or at least what's been presented so far, we don't have any reason to believe they kind of like knew each other or had some sort of like acquaintance or even just like you kind of like
Yeah.
knew who this was. So I guess
hmm
not. But I don't know. Like this is so weird. And all I can think is like this is 2020. Oh, hi Michael. This is 2023. Oh, I don't know if 2023 or 2022, like 2022 and 2021 would have been better, but I know a lot of people are down and out. But people are still recovering from COVID.
Yeah.
It's a lower income area. Maybe there was
Yep.
more theft going on. I could see some frustration with that. Like, this is just me speculating just on generalities here, but like,
I'd be interested to see like how
yeah.
the briefing went on the self-defense stuff. Like
Mhm.
what was in the motion in limines? How are the briefs done? Did they even do oral arguments or did they just go in and get stipulations? I would be very interested in that because if we're flipping that burden again, and this is just not a typical way of looking at self-defense or even defense of others or defense of property, which the U.S. Supreme Court says is not enough for you to pew and unalive somebody if it's just property, because human life is more important. Just like everything was stupid here, and a child was unalived because of dumbasses. That just drives me crazy.
Yeah, there's no reason for that. Like, it's just ridiculous. All right, let's see what else these turds say.
he had a gun. You start backpedaling. You yell to your dad, he's got a gun. You're still backpedaling, and then your dad fires a shot. Tell me how much time without anything.
This witness like I'm fucking done here.
Around 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay. When did Cyrus fire that gun?
He did not.
He had 10 seconds to fire the gun and he didn't?
Well, you said from when he fell to the ground to when he was shot?
Yeah. 10 seconds?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in 10 seconds, he hits the ground, he's getting up, he's aiming at you, but he's continuing to move forward, and you're backpedaling with him up the road. And 10 seconds of this is going on, your dad's just watching from behind, and you're yelling gun, and that all happens like within a 10-second period of time?
Yes, and then after I see the gun, I say, there's a gun. It's probably 5 seconds now.
Why the
And at
fuck
10 seconds
would
when you
you
hit the ground, you see it, and then he shot.
I have a problem with that. I just do. Why the fuck would you stay in the trajectory of a gun? Like, you see it's pointed in your direction. Why would you be actively, like, sort of like he's saying, backpedaling or running backwards to, like, keep track with the gun? Like, I would think the objective would be to get the fuck away from a
Right.
pointed gun. Like, I just have a problem with that reasoning. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a normal reaction. I can't say that I would think it would be, but that's
in this
just me.
jurisdiction, yeah, I'm totally with you, Cass. I don't get it either. And maybe I've lived a sheltered life out here in farmland where everybody is, pew-pewing everybody else. But this kid's like, well, and I'm talking to both kids. This kid's like, I'm going to go get him running. And the other kid's like, all right, this might be it. And then he's like, oh, I think he's got a weapon. And then it's like, he does have a weapon. So why are you stopping? Like you got to run. Like, this is training that we all get when we're dealing with someone with a GUN, right?
Like, my parents and even workplace training has fucking, like, told me
Yes.
my entire life. Somebody has something pointed at you, get the fuck away from them. Get out of that sight, like, move. I know some people say running is I don't know the effectiveness of that. I just know that's been said for a while, but you get the hell out of the way. You get behind something, or you get in a place where that is not directly pointed at you.
Right. And I mean, in those kinds of moments, you could absolutely lose your mind and, of course, not make the best choices. But with this guy, it's like, I like him as a witness, but when he was out there standing there, it's like, I'm going to use the word entitlement, but I don't know if that's the right word. Where he's standing there, this kid is going through it, and he's like, I'm going to stand right here. You're not going to make me move. And I'm going to see what's going on here. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you are held accountable for the water. Like, I get that feel from him. And that's why he's not leaving. He's like, well, I'm allowed to be here to take care of business. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just another perspective.
That's another part that conflates my brain. At the point that you have a gun pointed at me, allegedly, right? Over fucking $10 worth of water max, right? Or even, like Law said, if they're charging $3 a bottle of water and it's $12, right? Max. I would back the fuck up. I would get the fuck out of your way. I would be like, you go ahead, sir. Like, have a lovely afternoon. We're good. You take that water and go with it. You won't even be on our wall. Like, that would be me.
Yeah. And throwing like cartons of smokes at him. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah, like, what else? You want to go back to the store? We got some more shit. You want some lottery tickets? Like, I got you. Like, we got some cash in the register, all the shit. Like, it wouldn't even have been a thing. The minute that gun is pointed at me, I'm done.
Yep.
We're good. Take it.
I locked myself in a closet once. I'm not going to. I was like, hello, I'm still in the closet.
Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm like you, Di. Maybe I've just lived this, like, very privileged, upper crusty life. But the minute you have a gun pointed at me, baby, take it. Like, we're good. We're all good. I don't even care what it is. I can get new cars. I can get new whatever. I can get new water bottles. I'll be okay. Even if it's a Stanley cup. I don't know who buys that shit. I just buy the cheap ass versions, but whatever.
Right.
I don't care.
I'll be like, I got 2 kids here free. There you go.
Yeah. Like, just let me keep my kids. You can have all the other shit. Take the truck, take the everything. Well, you got this. Like, I just can't.
They can have my kids. Send them my way.
I got you, Law. I got you. We'll let them know they can adopt your children.
I think the point too that they're talking about, just tumbling across it here, is this idea that he is this boy and he does have a pew pew. I think that's probably like one of the biggest obstacles they're going to have to overcome. But then if you've got a situation where if he's repeatedly going into that store and he's constantly harassed or they're constantly watching him, I mean, there could be a history there that had built this up that made him feel like he needed to have something to protect himself with. You know, on the flip, oop, sorry about that. On
No,
the
you're good.
the flip side of the argument here, I'm sorry, my cat just get your ass off my face. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done.
Love you, Di. Sorry, that was funny. Like, get your ass off my face. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nope, I'm done.
Oh, no. All I was going to say. I'm sorry. I can't.
We're waiting for it.
Okay, we'll just get back into this. I can't remember what I was going to say. This is funny.
We're
Okay.
exhausted. This country's going to shit. We're gonna laugh.
Gummies hitting. We're all good. All right, let's do this.
Die unplugged.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Law.
I just said attorney die unplugged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. Need more of this. More of the throat punches and all the stuff. I love it. All right.
Yes, sir.
And then that pistol laid on the ground the entire time. I mean, I don't know if we need to watch it, but the body cam footage, it shows you and your dad kind of just walking around the scene and hanging out as law enforcement's roping off the area and everything. You remember that?
I was not walking around the scene.
You don't remember if I showed you some body cam footage? I mean, they told you on the side of the road. You remember that?
I stayed out away from the scene.
Okay, well, I'm just talking about, but you were right around where the tack light and the shell casing were found, correct?
Yes, sir.
And, you know, people are walking up and down the road and all around the scene. Do you not remember that?
I do remember that.
And the Taurus pistol laid right there beside those trees the entire time, unless somebody else moved it. Did you ever get to see it move beside your dad?
I did not see it at all after it was tossed to the side.
Even though it's right there by your feet?
When it's tossed?
That's not what he said.
I
Testified
was
to earlier.
going to.
Go ahead, Law.
That's not what he testified to earlier. Earlier, he said he hadn't seen it since it was pointed at him. Now he's saying he hasn't seen it since it was tossed aside. It's contradictory statements.
Pointed at him. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I would say that would all be kind of in the same, like, what, maybe 2-minute frame.
I'm just saying, like, that's an actual legitimate contradiction because they can't both be true. If
Yeah.
you said the last time you saw that gun was when it was pointed at you, that's one statement. Now you're saying the last time you saw the gun is when it was tossed to the side. So now he's giving conflicting statements. It's not huge, but it makes a lot more sense than a lot of the other shit he's tried to make conflicting statements out of.
I would agree.
It's a
This was,
banger.
in my opinion, it was a lucky shot.
Yeah. I still need to know when, like, they need to get I'm going to send them some blow up dolls or something so they can do demonstrations because I can't afford those, like, real dummies, but I can send them a few of those because they need to start doing demonstrations for people because
I
I'm
agree.
still trying to figure out at what point he pointed the gun at Andy. That's something that we still haven't nailed down because they're talking about and they're going all around in circles and doing this back and forth and this dog shit about where the gun fell and when he saw it and all this shit. And that's fine and dandy. When was the gun pointed at Andy? As of right now, that is still an allegation to me. The only clear thing he's indicated to me is that he had a gun. And, like, that's the last point where I can visualize where everybody's at. Beyond that, I don't know when he pointed this gun, which is what I'm so confused about. Sorry, just me. Yeah.
Young man.
Okay. And then later, after he shot, your dad throws it out there kind of near where you were standing.
No, it was off to the side, and then I went over to the young man.
Okay. It's found right there. Have you ever seen this before?
Yes,
There's
sir.
a pistol right there. And you guys are all walking around with law enforcement shoes up.
I'm in the parking lot, I'm in the parking lot. Yes, sir.
You're all over the scene in the body cam, walking around. They interviewed you down here by those two poles.
I stayed over. I did not walk around the scene.
Andy, one second. Well, a minute ago, too, you testified that as he's trying to run and you're backpedaling up with him, your dad says, drop it. And he says, no. Remember you testified to that, Mr. Sam? When have you ever said that?
Your Honor, mischaracterization, that's not what the witness testified to, but I'll let the witness correct.
What did you say? Did you not misremember that?
So what I said and my dad said?
No.
What I
Let me
heard?
just correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I heard earlier, you told your dad he's got a gun.
Yes, sir.
Your dad said drop, and Cyrus said no.
No. I heard my dad say that. Where he said, drop it.
Yep.
And my dad said no. It was my dad that said that. And then he fired the shot.
Why did your dad say no? I don't understand.
I'm not sure either.
Okay, so did you misspeak earlier? Did I misunderstand? I thought I heard you say Cyrus said no.
Maybe you misheard.
So Cyrus-
I meant my dad said
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Cyrus didn't say anything.
No, sir.
Okay.
Or I don't hear him say anything.
Okay. I must have been misheard. I'm sorry.
Inbox me. You can just inbox me that money. My Venmo's in my bio. Otherwise, I'm going to mute you because that's annoying. Thanks so much.
Okay. Andy, there was nothing. You were pretty certain that he took that one. weren't you?
I believe he stole it.
You were pretty certain that he did. I mean, why else would you have taken him? You weren't pretty sure.
I did believe that he had stolen something, yes, sir.
That you were pretty sure he had done it, right?
Yes, sir. You can say it that way?
But you were wrong.
Afterwards, I did learn he did not take it.
You were so sure that day that you left your position at the cash register and you ran out of the store. You were that certain, were you not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, I walked up. I did not run out of the store.
We're not going to get back into
Okay.
You briskly walked, you ran, but I'm not going to get back into it. But you were certain enough. You lit up with your dad. And you ran after that. You were that certain he had stolen, were you not?
I believed it, and when he ran, that's when I really believed that he had stolen something.
And you were dead wrong, weren't you?
I did learn that afterwards. Yes.
You were dead wrong, weren't you?
I was wrong.
He doesn't have to say
There
dead
was nothing to
animal.
stop you or your dad from calling 911 if you thought he had taken that $1,000 what it was. Nobody stopped you.
No, sir.
You had time to go back and review the video footage and realize you hadn't taken out what it was, didn't you? You could have looked back at the video and reviewed it and realized you didn't take any what, could you not?
What a good
It's either I do that
speculation.
or go see where he was going.
Okay. But if you would have reviewed it, you would have realized I didn't have to leave the store the victim either.
Yeah.
You already
I was not thinking that.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just asking you, okay? There was nothing to stop you or your father from going back, reviewing that footage, and taking the time to do that, and realize he hadn't stolen anything. There's nothing to stop that. Was there?
Nothing.
Chip.
Okay.
Grr.
I'm not trying to be mean, John. But there really was.
Hold on, Di's got to let the tiger out the cage. What's going on?
I just can't stand it. You know, the techniques that we learn in the polish that you learn, and then this prosecutor's like, well, do you know anything about that crap here? And just like screw the case over. You know, like, dude, the way that he's asking the questions, the way that he's so close to the witness here, like, that's never allowable. If you're not giving that witness a piece of paper to refresh their memory, you need to be more than just a couple feet away. So that to me seems very disrespectful and intimidating for the witness. And that witness, he's trying to get him confused, but it's not working. So it's like, move on to your next shtick.
It's weird that, like, okay, and I don't know why this is the vibe it's giving me, but if you've ever actually been in court versus watched like court on TV, right? Like this is giving that vibe. This is giving like bad court show vibes
And
to me.
that can absolutely be so when you have new attorneys that don't go into court very much, that's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear like the TV version of what they think they're supposed to do. And that's why I'm wondering if this guy doesn't have very much experience as a prosecutor, because he's kind of walking down that road. But yeah, I mean, so you're saying, versus TV?
Oh, that's a vibe it's giving. It's giving
Yeah.
very much like that sort of courtroom drama. They're like right next to the witness. What did you think about da 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 da? And like maybe just etiquette differs in certain areas, kind of. But if people can smell your coffee breath, like that's too close for
Too
me
close. Yep.
personally.
You're right.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did.
You can't
I ordered the
handle
code
the
red.
truth. Like
You need me on that wall. I have to be on that wall.
what? Like it's hard? Like
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Oh my
this
gosh.
is such a fun night. He's
Yes.
got about like 10 minutes left on the stand, and then we'll have like a quick discussion about it. And I think it looks like the defense may call 2 witnesses, and then after, like, we can go in that tomorrow, and we may kind of like actually finish up tomorrow because day 4 is the verdict. So as long as they don't call anybody that day, and I think they only had 3 witnesses they called. It may have been 4, but I think it was 3 because I had looked it up. We may be done tomorrow with this. So exciting news. Andy Chow just took a while to get through because we're on 3 hours of testimony right now. So it's a lot. And this at 1.25. So
Wasn't anything to stop that, was it?
No, sir.
I'm going to stop it right here. Nolan, so tomorrow's not a decision day. Decision day is Thursday. And then did hear from somebody that might add one on Monday or Tuesday, but it won't be tomorrow.
And there's really no way to know, just as a quick side, there's really no way to know with this particular Supreme Court how they're going to come down on this. I have seen, if you are interested though, I can't remember if it was New York Times or what, there were 3 articles that had been written that set down like, well, what if they do this, this, and this? So if you want to do just a little bit of digging, you can look for those and see if their predictions are going to come true or not. So that's basically all I've seen.
I'm predicting at least a 5-4, and I'm relying on Gorsuch and Roberts for that. I was out on Amy Coney Barrett, although I think she'll lean with Roberts. Alito and Thomas, always predictable,
Out.
usually. And then Kavanaugh, I was unsure on. He was a little bit like back and forth. But Gorsuch and Roberts were the 2 I was like, they are not feeling this argument at all. Like they're not having this shit today. So 5-4 at least, in my opinion.
Fingers crossed.
Law, you want to weigh in?
Excuse me.
Hey, you all right?
Man. Yeah.
Let us know if you're under a cabinet.
Yeah, I think it'll be, it depends on if they're going to go on just pure statutory grounds with a very limited opinion, or if they're going to go on some sort of reaffirmation of Wong. I don't think they're going to go that far. So I think it's likely to be 6-3 or 7-2 on just the statutory grounds.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing if that happened.
I have to tell you all this, and this live is almost normally never like super political. So just prefacing that for my comments, let it go because I don't usually do this in my legal lives. But I was scrolling through panels right after that oral argument, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life. They said that it was going to be a 8-1 or no, yeah, something like that. It was some crazy shit, and they said that Alito was going to be the biggest deciding factor. And I was like, Alito has done nothing but lick Trump's taint. What are you talking about? I was
Alito, the
shocked.
swing vote. That's hilarious.
Swear to God, my hand to God, I heard it out of somebody. And it was somebody like, he hangs around with the DoorDash attorney. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah.
The one with the oil?
What?
The oil one?
The oil one? No.
Yeah, the DoorDash attorney.
I don't.
Never mind. Pretend like I'm not here. Keep going.
Anyway, it
Mother
was
of DoorDash.
Okay. It was just the funniest thing I'd ever heard. I was like, Alito's your fucking magical swing vote? Are you fucking shitting me? Alito, like, even Thomas will sometimes bow up to the Trump administration a little bit and be like, nah, I said what the fuck I said. But like Alito is the biggest fucking slimy little okay, I'm gonna get flagged again if I keep bullying him. I already got flagged this morning for bullying Alito. So I gotta let this shit go.
But you know, we really do love the TikTok shop. Everything I've ever purchased at that TikTok shop has been amazing.
I'm trying a new bra from there, but I've been burned before. So like if
Me
this
too.
next one turns out to be unsupportive and crappy, even though the TikTok shop told me it should, I'm just gonna go back to buying it in the store. That's all I'm saying.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're moving on. We'll get through the rest of this and have like an actual real discussion at the end, guys.
Could have taken the pictures. If you had something, let's say you did. You could put them up on the wall of shame. We could have sent them out to law enforcement. And if this young man had taken that $1 bottle of water, we could have punished him, right? I mean, we could have. We could have done that. We could have blasted his image out and said, we're looking for this man. He's suspected of stealing a bottle of water. And we could have helped law enforcement try to identify him, right? We could have done that.
Could have.
Okay, but we did.
I had to go out to help the law enforcement see where he was going. That's all.
Thank you. That's all. Here's how.
Follow-up question. Why? Why did it matter where he was going?
You said, why did it matter where he was going?
Well, that should have been the next question. He's like, I'm going to go away. Ask why. Why did you go out to see where he was going? And then that's where you can get that, like, oh, did you see he had a weapon? Or he was running away? Or he was calling some friends to do, like, West Side Story? Like, geez, follow up on your questions, man.
Not the West Side Story. I feel pretty.
I
Oh,
know.
so pretty. Okay.
Yep.
Andy, you've been on the stand for a while.
I know it's a little stressful.
Take a breath for me. I'm going to ask you some questions, and first I want to go and, I guess it's hard getting peppered with questions and make sure your memory is perfect from 3 years ago. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
And the first thing I think you were getting yelled at about was that you had never given a statement about seeing him throw something. You remember the questions that are like, you didn't say this, you didn't say this, you didn't say this. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
And if not mistaken, there are 4 times where you were asked on a body-worn camera,
Yes, sir.
In store, then you were interviewed, and then you had formally given testimony all about something being thrown. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
So first, let's talk about on scene. And when we're on scene with the body-worn camera, like the first time, you see highlighted what you told the officer?
Yes, sir.
What did you tell the officer on scene?
He had threw stuff out at the corner right there, and he was running back down this way, and I caught up to him once, and then he kept going.
So first, and it's been suggested that you didn't say it and didn't see it, but on scene, first time, one time, he threw something.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then they talked about an interview in the store. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Looking at line 28 in store, what did you say in store?
Oh, I saw him throw something out at the corner down there.
That's number 2. Second time now. And then they asked you about a later interview. You want to do an interview with law enforcement they were asking you about? Just read that.
Started sprinting. Oh, just myself.
Yeah, read it to yourself. And remember that third time now, you told law enforcement that you saw him throw something.
Yes, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And then you formally testified a fourth time under oath. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
What was your testimony then?
Can we read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I get to the bottom of the parking lot before the road, and I had seen him throw 2 cell phones out, and so I stopped to look at what he had thrown.
And so when you were being asked questions just now on cross-examination, you kept trying to tell the solicitor, I said he threw these, remember?
Yes, sir.
And you were saying, no, you didn't. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
I just showed you 4 separate times as close to the incident, so you were correct in what you were saying.
Objection, Your Honor. Sustained.
It is hard being up there being cross-examined about your memory. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
The solicitor was asking you a lot of questions, but one of the things that were clear on it, there was a gun pointed in your face that day.
Yes, sir.
Questions were being asked of you, embarrassed and so forth, but there's questions asked to you about how you were running and came to a stop. First, I want you to tell the jury again what happened from the point in time when you were running and caught up. Tell the jury again.
Okay. So I caught up to. So he had fallen on his on a flat, and so I was running full speed, and I catch up to him.
Let me stop you right there. You want to lay flat down? Just flat down. He's on his stomach?
Yes, sir.
Which way? Can they have him facing you? Let's have him facing this way. Just for example purposes. Lay flat that way, correct? Just flat down. Sorry about the seat. Okay, and so he's laying flat down, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you said you were running up to him.
Yes, sir.
And then what happened? You slowed down immediately?
I slowed down coming to the curb,
Uh-huh.
and then I see there's something in his hand,
Uh-huh.
and when I get closer, and he's starting to get up,
Okay.
and he points the gun over at me.
All right. And so you're going, and so the question, of course, from the solicitor, how can you stop and start going this way? And you were talking about momentum?
Yes, sir.
So it's,
Okay, but here's, my compelling alternative theory. If he falls, like, as hard as they said he did, and, like, again, I have hoodies that have pockets that, like, you just lean over wrong, you're gonna lose some shit out of there, to be fair. If the gun falls out because the tack light was found, I guess, in a similar location to where they're saying he fell. So I could maybe also assume that the gun fell out as well, because kind of logistically would make sense to me. Maybe he was just picking it back up. Just a thought. Just my side note.
There's a lot of things that I feel like they could have gone forward on and gotten more information, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, and he glazed over the most important part, those that 10, 20 seconds that resulted in the use of force. Like, that got the least amount of attention in the entire cross. Also, this defense attorney's entire questioning here is testimonial. He's offering up his own testimony of what happened, when it should be up to the witness to be describing what happened. This is entirely inappropriate and should be objected to.
Because he's testifying, essentially.
It's like
The
we
lawyer.
said, we're going to get
Right.
them all an e-copy of Di's objection book. She's kind of right, because at this point, I really just don't think they teach prosecutors in South Carolina how to object. Even the defense didn't object to some shit. Like, it was crazy.
Well, I think that a defense, that was a strategic non-objection, because the prosecution was so all over the place. You don't want to, if you object, it perks the jury up and makes them listen. When they're all over the place, and they're losing the jury, you don't object, because you look over at the jury and nobody's really engaged, let them keep sleeping. The prosecution's already lost them. So sometimes there's some strategy behind that. But
Okay,
this is
Law,
baffling
I
me
see
right
you.
now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, let's he's got like 5 more minutes.
What is it? Sun Tzu, never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake.
Correct.
Something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Did that seem impossible?
No, sir.
I always forget that guy's name.
And so your testimony is you're going full
Sun
speed.
Tzu.
Someone starts to stand up, and then your momentum, because you see what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Objection. Counsel is testifying.
Did that seem possible just now?
No, sir.
Was a gun pointed in your face?
Yes, sir.
How did it make you feel? All this other stuff, all these back and forth, how did it make you feel when a gun was pointed directly in your face?
I was terrified.
Terrified at what was going to happen?
You were terrified enough that you kept up with the gun, and in fact, you were running backwards to stay in the trajectory of the gun instead of getting the fuck out of the way like I feel like any sane person would do.
Mm-hmm. This is specialized training for that.
Yeah.
It's optical special. How can you stay in the range so that you can be unalived with a G1? Yeah.
That's like running towards a knife that's pointed at your, throat. Like, that's crazy. That just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe I just have not seen enough people with pew-pews pointed at them, but I just know the trajectory my ass would be going is away. That's white people shit to stay in front of a gun. I'm sorry. That's crazy shit.
Well, and the typical reactions are fight, flight, or freeze. And if you're flighting out of the path of danger. So I would have believed him if he said the gun was pointed at me and I just froze. Like, that would make sense to me, because that's a normal physiological response. Like, your brain just short circuits and you don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. But if you have the presence of mind to start backing up, you're getting off the X and getting your ass out of there.
Yep. Yeah, I see that.
Well, that's what
I don't know. I'm a freezer and a fighter, and then I'm a flight. I mean, at first I'm like, what's happening? Second, throat punch. Third, run. That's like my methodology, in case anyone wants to know.
Yeah, well, it varies on different levels for me, depending on what it is. Now, if you get me up on a ledge of any kind, I get so paralyzed that I will drop to the ground and start crawling. I can't do heights. I just don't. It's not a thing for me. But other stuff, I'll just be like, we can box. Either way, it can go either way for me. But generally, I'm going to leave before I have to throw hands. So that's a side note for that.
I would die.
And what did you do? Who did you yell to?
I yelled to my dad.
And what were you yelling to your dad?
He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
And your dad, wherever feet he was, what was he yelling?
Drop it. Drop it. No.
And what was Cyrus doing?
Pointing the gun at me.
Is that about right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. No further questions.
Cross.
Who put you and your father in that position? Who put you and your father at that location on Spring Tree Drive?
I put myself there.
Okay. Who put your dad there? Did you drag him along? Did anybody make your dad go up the hill 130 yards from your store, leaving the cash register unmanned? Who made him go up there 130 yards away?
Can I say what he...
Who made him go up there?
I don't know if I can...
I'm asking you a very... Did you make him go up there?
I myself did not
He
make...
could rephrase this and just do something.
Was he up there against his will? Did somebody drag your dad from his office all the way up that road to where Cyrus, Carmack Belton, was shot and killed?
No, sir.
Who drug him up there?
I would say just himself.
He ran himself up there, did he not?
That's what I would have seen. Yes, sir.
Is there a reason you can't answer my question with a yes or no?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I was told I can't testify for someone else or say.
You can say everything you saw and you know to be true.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, and the judge will correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I've always understood a witness testifying. Do you have any reason to believe that your dad was up there against his will?
No, sir.
Okay. He voluntarily ran up Springtree Drive to where Cyrus Carmack Belton was shot, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And nobody stopped him from calling 911, to your knowledge.
No, sir.
Nobody stopped him from printing up these pictures of Mr. Belton, correct?
To my
Enough
knowledge,
with the
no, sir.
fucking pictures.
Nobody made him leave the Shell gas station that day, right?
How many times are you going to
To my
say
knowledge,
this?
no, sir.
He did it on his own, with his own free will, correct?
Yes, sir.
The shooting doesn't happen if everybody stays in the Shell gas station that day, correct?
Everyone? Yes, sir.
It doesn't happen, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm correct in saying that is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Shooting doesn't happen if everybody stays put in the Shell gas station, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
God damn it.
Uh-oh, did you spill?
Gun you either, correct?
No.
Correct.
Thank you. No further question. You don't even know there's a gun if you stay in the gas station,
What the
right?
What the fuck?
Hold on,
That's
we're gonna.
You don't know
go
he's
back.
got a gun if you know.
holy
Yes,
shit.
sir.
That would absolutely be a mistrial.
Anything else briefly?
It doesn't happen if Cyrus doesn't put a gun on you either, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. No further question.
Anything else that?
You don't even know there's a gun if you stay in the gas station, right? Your Honor. You don't know if he's got a gun if you stay put in the Shell gas station, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you step down, sir.
Yeah, no wonder they found him not guilty.
Yep. That was. Well, that was a new one.
It's painful. It's painful to see this. This is like what the best they had as the state, right? This is the best that they had to come in here and do this kind of bullshit.
You know, I've seen a lot of weird shit from lawyers, and I've seen some lawyers get a little pissy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We don't do that.
not seen anything like that. Like, at least in my time, like that's just not something. Was he? He was screaming, like
He was.
audibly screaming.
That's huge. That is a huge objection. And inappropriate, I would say, going after the witness, which is also a violation. Oh my goodness. 0 to 100 in less than a second. That's right. That's right.
I mean, I honestly can't understand where anybody would have thought that that would have been a good practice. Like, I already thought he was very aggressive with him and kind of needlessly, right? Like,
Yeah.
he was a very calm witness. Like, maybe he was a little bit like a little. I think unnerved, like at 23, I think being on a stand when your dad, you know, had to shoot some, like I would be unnerved at that point. Like I think any like reasonable person that age would be, but like, you know, like it was super easy to rephrase a lot of his questions and ask them in like a respectful manner. So he doesn't come off looking like the bad guy here, because that's all he did with that, at least for me. And I don't like, again, I'm not defending Rick Chow in any way. I don't think that there's any way around his, in my opinion, guilt. But this prosecutor is busy showing you why Rick Chow got acquitted.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Any thoughts, Law?
I he I'm just baffled by this. That was one of the coolest and most composed witnesses, and to go at him as hard as he did and to end on screaming at him, is that what you want the jury's last memory of the defense's key witness to be? You screaming at him for seemingly no reason? Like,
Well,
that's the takeaway.
and see, I think, and this is all I can maybe like guess that he was trying to do was to some way try to make it seem like he really cares about, this victim and da 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 da. And maybe he does, but more than likely, probably he doesn't. He probably knows two things about this fucking victim, like that he died and who they think killed him. Like, let's be so fucking real about where we're at. But it just comes off like you're the biggest piece of shit in the world. Like, because
Yeah.
he was a very calm and collected defendant. There was no need to like treat him hostilely or, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that anyway as an attorney, but unless a hostile witness, but that's a whole different thing. It doesn't mean you're an asshole. It just, yeah. But anyway, but yeah,
I
like there's no reason for that.
I agree. I agree. I went to a conference a long time ago, actually, where it was special for attorneys that did juvenile work and children work, right? So when I was there, they would tape all of us and make sure that we asked our questions correctly. I mean, it was a full service situation, but they would film us and then ask us how we thought about it, right? As we did like a closing or whatever. I got screamed at, well, yelled at because I stomped my foot under the table because my shoe was coming off. So they're like, the judge is going to ding you for that. You're going to be out of the courtroom. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't stomp one foot to get my shoe back on. This guy stands up and starts screaming with a full jury in the room and a likable witness. And I'm like, what? I mean, what the fuck is that?
I'm really curious.
But also, he's a white guy in South Carolina.
No, that's a good point too.
I'm just
So-
really
Heels.
Gil,
So
go
I
ahead.
want to I want to quickly run down the elements because that's what the case is all about, and maybe they'll try to hit it on closing. Based off of what I've seen, every time I say maybe the prosecution will do this, they have not done the thing that I said they should have done.
They're
But
gonna break
for
your heart, Law.
yeah, it's unbreakable at this point. It's already been shattered. It has to be a killing of a person with malice aforethought by the defendant. Like that's it. It's simple common law murder. And
Also police though, right? Would be in that area.
right.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure I remember. Sorry.
But I mean, there's no dispute that the killing happened. There's no dispute that it was by the defendant. The only dispute is whether or not there was malice aforethought. Now, running through all of the testimony, what did the state do to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, with the evidence presented, that there was malice aforethought?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
There wasn't even malice after the thought. Malice wasn't even getting brought up. And if that's, of course, one of the key pieces, it wasn't even hit on. It was like, let's spend 45 minutes talking about your shoe or the shoe that came off and you running around as opposed to actually getting into the elements of the crime.
Right. And like there should have been questions about like, now, why do you bother dealing with shoplifters? Like, why not just let them steal things? Oh, because, it hurts. It takes money out of our pocket. Okay. So it makes you angry when people shoplift, right? You have to get that emotional reaction out of them. You have to say, you were angry about this, weren't you? That he stole something. And you wanted to get that property back, right? And you were willing to chase him down to get that property back. And, so that you start building up this like, okay, well, yeah, they were pissed. And then, you cut him with over a bottle of water. leave the jury with that. But I didn't hear anything that made a compelling argument for malice aforethought. But then there's the other part of this, which is this self-defense claim. They also have to disprove self-defense beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think that the one of the elements of self-defense is that you had no reasonable means to avoid the confrontation. You have to be threatened. The threat, it has to be directed at you. You can't be a participant in the. You have to be a reluctant participant. You can't contribute to the escalation of the encounter.
That's the problem. Is they contributed to that escalation because they're the whole reason for the escalation that led to that encounter. I know you're saying like the defense is trying to separate it, but like they didn't drive that point home. They tried, but they danced around it instead of actually driving that direct point home. Sorry, Law, I apologize. Go ahead.
That's exactly it. That's exactly my point. They have to disprove all of these things beyond a reasonable doubt. So literally, like everything about their cross-examination should have been pointing towards that. Let me see. I'll pull it up here. What South Carolina's instructions are.
Can you do me a favor? Can you pull like elements for whatever they're calling like their version of manslaughter? Because I want to see if they would have better fit the elements of manslaughter in this case than the murder or the schmurder or whatever that they charged them with. Because I know they didn't include the lessers, but I think this would have fit more firmly in that. I don't think that there was malice here, right? Like I can say that. I think that they did a bad and shitty job, and I don't think that they should have done what they should have done. But I also can say, I don't necessarily believe that they set out to chase him to unalive him, right? Like, I don't think that maybe that was the way that they wanted that to go down. I can't say that, but I can say that they certainly were acting recklessly and irresponsibly. Does that make sense?
So right, it's the intent, right? It's the intent that changes it from murder 1 or 2 into voluntary or involuntary manslaughter. The intent is really what you'd be looking at, and I think that would be tough to do if again, I don't have all the information, but it sounds like you had a weapon. If you're bringing in a weapon, you're involuntary and your voluntary is taken off the table, and that's my understanding because it's already kind of premeditated because you put it in your pocket before you left the house. So
Gotcha.
we've got too many things going for it to have been manslaughter, unfortunately. That's how I look at it. I'm not sure, Law. What are you with me on that one, or you got another perspective?
No, I think that you can still, even if you have the firearm, because the difference between voluntary and involuntary is like through recklessness. You didn't have intent to kill, but the action that you did was so reckless that you should have known that it was likely that death would result. So this is like firing your gun into the air, or pushing a car off an overpass, into oncoming traffic, that kind of stuff. Maybe you didn't have the intent to kill anybody, but your actions were so reckless and you should have known that death was likely to result. But for voluntary manslaughter, I absolutely think that should have been a lesser included, because that's where heat of passion comes in. And so and that's with you had no justification to be chasing this person. You had no justification to initiate force against them. But when you were presented with a situation, you stopped thinking and you just reacted. So that would be like if you saw a gun but it wasn't pointed at you. That could be a voluntary manslaughter, because even though you didn't have the intent to kill, you acted in the heat of passion in the killing by seeing that firearm as a potential threat, even though it wasn't an actual threat.
So
now I've always put the sorry about that. I've always put
you're good. Go ahead. I got this. Go ahead.
That the heat of passion, I've always put that under murder 2. I've never pushed it all the way down to voluntary before. So I think, if they've got that set up in a manslaughter, I think that would be appropriate. But
Yeah,
I'm like, I need to go check my statutes again.
Yeah, well, in your state and in mine, that it would be a murder too. It's just that's not
Okay.
how South Carolina's structured.
Okay. Okay. Hey, thanks. I'm not losing my mind completely. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I
No.
think it'll be a very similar layout to Texas. We have the murder, which can be downgraded to the felony 2 for heat of passion, but we also have voluntary and involuntary manslaughter, both of which carry the exact same penalties. Usually you're going to get a lower sentence on an involuntary most of the time, but like we have voluntary and involuntary. I'm betting South Carolina's is almost identical to ours.
The South will rise again.
Shut up. Oh, Jesus.
Wait,
Don't
what did
be
he
saying
say?
that shit. People
Did
take
he
it
get
seriously.
the bonnet yet, or what?
No. So I've got these elements of self-defense from their jury instructions. So number one, the defendant was without fault in bringing on the difficulty. I sure would have focused on that a whole lot more. That he was in fact in fault with bringing on the difficulty, and he did hit on that a little bit, but in a crazy ranting lunatic way. The defendant believed they were in imminent danger. That's always a difficult one because if you have the alleged target saying that he was afraid, you're not going to be able to overcome what he was thinking in his own brain. A reasonable person would have believed the danger was imminent. And then here's the other one that I think that he really should have focused on is the defendant had no other probable means of avoiding the danger.
Well, that of course gets us into the weird stand your ground world, though, doesn't it? Rather than the requirement of escaping.
Yeah, so there's no duty to retreat. So you don't have this obligation to withdraw from the encounter, but they're saying that you had no probable means of avoiding the danger. So you can't. I think it's very similar to the reluctant participant where it's it had to be the firearm for self-defense. There wasn't anything else that no lesser force would have sufficed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this would have better fit like the elements of maybe like a voluntary manslaughter. Why the state didn't include that is beyond me. I don't know what this clown car of prosecutors is, but Lord Jesus Christ, Joseph Mary and sweet baby 6 pound 8 ounce baby Jesus, what the actual fuck? Like that's all I can say. Every time we end this live on this case, the only recap I have in my mind is what the fuck. Listen, I have almost no idea about what to do with objections, but I could get a book and honestly feel like I could have done a better job than these motherfuckers. And I have not graduated law school. That's all I'm saying. Because
I don't
Lord
think you
Jesus
even need a book,
Christ,
honey. You would still be able to just step in and do this because this was real bad.
this rough when I'm like, I could probably do a better job. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I can't.
What? Is
It's
it
just
law?
funny. No, it was
Because
just
he doesn't have a
funny.
bonnet? What's funny?
Just the whole case in general. Like,
Okay.
what is happening with this case? Like, I just feel like I'm watching a courtroom drama and not like real life actual court. Like, that's all I can keep watching is like, I feel like I'm watching a bad like Suits or some shit like that. Like that's what I feel like I'm watching right now. Or well, they did
Well,
more civil stuff, but
the behavior of these attorneys, all of them really, and it seems like, in my opinion, the lack of respect for the court. Yeah, I think that's a lot of the same things you would get down that road. But I really hope, that we don't have the, orange fella getting to a point where attorneys no longer have any kind of proper protocol that they'll follow. You know what I mean? Because it only takes a couple to set everything off. So if we're in a situation now with the orange fella and all of his cases with his attorneys being like, we don't have to do anything, this is our stuff. And then now you've got attorneys that won't even request to approach or have any kind of, dignity or respect or honor in their actions. Like I'm worried. Should I be
Was
worried or
wasn't
am
the
I just making it up?
DOJ trying to interfere with state bars a while back? I can't remember what the hell they
Heck
were
yeah.
doing, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. They were.
This is a time to be alive, man. Like, this is wild. Never would I ever have thought 20 years ago we would be where we're at right now. Like, this is just, it's odd. I don't know. I don't really have any other commentary on this other than what the fuck. Unless Law has the voluntary manslaughter stuff for South Carolina if he wants to go over that.
No, I did. It's just the same thing. It just removes the malice element and says that it arises out of heat of passion or presumed necessity. And yeah, that would be an unreasonable necessity. So like you thought it was necessary, but a reasonable person wouldn't have.
I feel like they could have nailed that easy with the facts that they had. Like, I felt like, or well, maybe not easy, but it would have been much easier to prove here. Just in my opinion.
Yeah, and there's one of two theories. One is your tinfoil hat theory, and the other's just incompetence. But
Maybe it's both. Why can't it be both?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Well, so a lot of times, if you want to make sure that somebody gets acquitted, you overcharge them and you don't include a lesser included. For a long time, this is what prosecutors did with cops when they wanted to go through the actions of prosecuting the cop, but then essentially fail to prove all of the elements by overcharging the case and making their case harder than it needed to be. And that way, if there's an acquittal, it's not, hey, the system tried, but the people, that we put it in the hands of the people and the people said the cop should be free. That's less of a thing now, but it was absolutely a big thing in the 90s and early 2000s. Yep. So that could be a theory that the state didn't want to prosecute Chow, and so they overcharged it without a lesser included in order to ensure that he went free. I don't know why they would do that. That's where the tinfoil hattery comes in. And the second is that you don't want to give the jury the option of the lesser included, because more often than not they'll go with the lesser included. It's you're giving them an opportunity to say, well, yes, he did something wrong and it shouldn't have happened, but I'm not sure that the state did this, but I think that they did this. And sometimes it's just prosecutorial arrogance. You think that you've got a rock solid case and you think that it's you've got a slam dunk, so you don't offer the lesser included because you don't want to give the jury an off ramp to a lesser charge, but then something like this happens.
I honestly feel like I want to Andrew Callahan this at this point. Like, I'm going to fly out there. I'm going to interview everybody. There's got to be some tea in this community about why they let off the convenience store clerk. I don't like, and it could just be incompetence, to be so very, very real. It could be incompetence, but it was such a bad performance that at this point, I am on that tinfoil hat theory that somebody was friends with somebody or somebody's grandma or some shit like this, because something smells off. There is no way you have, I think I counted five prosecutors up there, no objections, doing absolutely nothing. Nobody's talking to anybody going, what the fuck is going on here? Is this a competent fucking attorney? I want to see who runs, it's their district attorneys. Like, I don't know where exactly.
I think they were fighting. Weren't they fighting each other though? At the very beginning, the attorneys for defense and state.
The defense and prosecution were fighting with each other, but the prosecutors weren't fighting amongst each other that I know of.
Right, right.
Yeah. But
I'm wondering too, though, if that prosecutor's up for re-election as well. That'd be a good question.
I gotta know who it is. Hold on. We're gonna find out. Let's see. Columbia, South Carolina District Attorney to, oh, well, it would be 2026. I don't know why I was, oh shit, hold on.
Is it the gummy? Can you like see the music around you right now?
Wait, what?
No, I think it might be.
What music?
It's a gummy, not an acidic substance.
Wait, I was
That's
like,
not
what's
allowed in
going
my
on?
state. That's not allowed. I don't know what you're talking about. How
Oh
about
my
now?
God,
Can
why
you
does it
see the
keep-
music notes?
It keeps giving me U.S. attorneys. God damn it. I don't want the U.S. attorney.
Watch Wizard of Oz.
Are you okay, Ty? I'm the one who took a gummy over here. You're acting wild.
His name is Brian Gibson, and they call it a solicitor there.
Oh, okay. That's why it's not pulling. Gotcha. Brian Gibson. Oh my God. Is this the guy that did the opening arguments?
Yep, that's him. And then we didn't see him again.
The guy that's running the district.
Uh-huh.
I hate it here.
The opening arguments weren't that bad.
No, they weren't terrible. Like, he was very relatable and very kind. Like, honestly, if he would have been doing a lot of the questioning and things like that, I think it may have gone much better. But the simple fact is, you're running that office and you're not telling your prosecutors, what the fuck are you doing? That would be my question.
On a case this big, though, I don't think you're supposed to be passing it off to your first chair.
Yeah, you want to take that one that one up yourself. But it's also, as Cass indicated, 2026 election year. So maybe if he didn't think the case was going to succeed, he needed a fall guy.
True. Good point.
Or maybe if he would have just included that lesser, we all wouldn't be in this position. That Schmurder one was wild. Or not Schmurder one, it's just murder. But you know what I'm saying. Like, the murder charge was just, it was a little much. Like, again, this is not anything about what Rick Chow did personally. Personally, I think he's gross. And if they could have convicted him on Schmurder, I would have been fine with that. It's about what you can accurately prove as the state. So just for clarity on my comment there. But anyway, yeah, big what the fuck. I don't know that I have much else for this. Anybody have any final words or anything y'all want to talk about?
No, just what the fuck. I'm curious who their witness is, so we'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out who their, I guess maybe their last witness, or were there two?
I need you to teach me how to say what the fuck in Latin, Law. Can you find that out for me? I feel like it would sound prettier that way.
I think in French it would be "Kalel fuck you." You think, is that close? Is that French?
the Kalel fuck you, is that what you said?
No, that was all French. I was like, ooh la la, due process. Yay!
Voir dire.
Oh, yes.
You mean voir dire, Law? That's what you mean?
That's not how you say it.
That is how you say it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Cowboy Wolf. Oh,
So I do know. I mean, in Spanish, it would be like "que carajo." So it would be quid in Latin. I don't know how to say fuck in Latin. So
I think it's still the F
Mente a la
word.
chingada de aquí. Like that's one Spanish phrase I know so well. We're majority minority state and mostly Hispanic. So telling somebody to get the fuck out of here, proficient at that. Anything else, maybe it's hit or miss, but yeah.
Oh, okay. What's happening? Oh my gosh. I don't even have a gummy.
I don't know. We're talking about Latin and saying fuck you, and I was like, this is a Spanish phrase I know well. And because Law was talking about the Spanish phrasing and being like close to Latin, we got to figure out how to say "go fuck yourself" in Latin, or what the fuck in Latin. Sorry, I'm lost.
I think the only person though that speaks it is the Pope. So you'd have to go talk to the Pope. Say to the
I
Pope.
don't know if the Pope will give you the F word in Latin. No.
I don't know.
Well,
That
he
Pope's kind of a gangster. Like he may. I'd be like, hey, buddy, I want to tell Trump, go fuck yourself. What do
He
you think
probably
about
helped
that?
you.
And how do I
I've
say
got it
it?
for you here. Quid futuit.
Oh hey. Oh my goodness.
Quid futuit?
Futuit.
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 Love it.
I'm gonna have to
Quid
work on that.
futuit.
Listen to us learning.
Just send me a voice recording of it after this, and I'll practice Law. I got you.
Ooh, and send yours to me so I can practice.
Oh my god.
Stupid French never helps ever.
I know, like Sleepy Nerd said, it sounds like a pickup line. Exactly. It kind of does. Like, I'm telling you, the next time I get hit on by some weirdo, I'm just going to be like, tell them that and then just walk off. They'll think it's like hot and I'll be like, it was not. But okay.
I love that. I love where your head's at with that one.
I know. I'm telling you got to stay ahead of these people.
Amen.
But anyway, yeah, I'm a big what the fuck on this. So tomorrow we'll have, I believe it's 2 more witnesses from the defense. I'll have to see how long day 4 is. I heard it was only 3, but maybe it's 4. I looked it up like a week and a half ago, so apologize. And also gummy. But yeah, I will
Ooh, I'm taking a screenshot.
I'll make sure we get through probably the rest of this tomorrow. And then we've gotten through Andy Chow. I don't have much to say other than I can absolutely see why Rick Chow was acquitted. And that's all I got. Attorney Di. Any final words, Attorney Di?
Pink Floyd, we survive. Oh, what? Sorry, I gotta go to bed.
Attorney Di is gonna turn into a pumpkin soon. All right, Law. Anything final for this?
Yes. Puta en quoi?
The what the fuck? Is that the what the fuck?
In French.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, love it. All right.
We've got quid futuit.
Quid futuit.
All right. And somebody put it down here too. Tori, thank you. Quid futui.
Futuit.
There's an extra T there. Futuit.
I was pronouncing
Futuit.
it in French.
Quid futuit. Okay,
Law.
I'll work on that.
I was pronouncing the Latin word in French. Because that makes sense.
Futuit. Okay. Quid futuit.
Well, I'm gonna have to check the pronunciation because it might be it instead of eat. So I'll figure it out. I'll let you know.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Well, we don't
Law's
have to
on
start
it.
a war over it.
All right, everybody remember to put on your bonnets. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 p.m. We'll try to get this finished up tomorrow, if not by the latest Thursday. I try to download these at night and put them over to YouTube, so it should be up on YouTube by tomorrow if you missed some of it or want to catch the recap. And also, just real quickly, if you don't follow Attorney Di or you don't follow Law, and I know most of y'all are in here for them, so please go ahead and follow them, gift them, do all the things real quick. And make sure, I guess you're taking care of yourselves and shit. But I love you for being here. I appreciate all of you. And have a good night. Thank you, Law, and thank you, Attorney Di. Love you guys.
Most welcome. Thanks for having me.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.